And we're live. There you go. So yes, everyone here? Everyone has topics?
Yeah, we're all here. We're all ready to talk. We're all ready to make
I'm already ready to fucking argue about how Chris was wrong about that on-base average thing that I was talking about. With the left-handed batters.
No.
The bastard was arguing with me on Wiffle Ball about how left-handed batters...
No. Before we get into it, we need a word from our sponsors. So today, sponsoring us, TJ, take it away.
So we were sponsored by D-Brand. Check out this Linus Tech Tips switch cover. They're selling it over at www.dbrand.com/Linus Tech Tips. Uncancel my man.
Uncancel him.
Give him some money.
Uncancel.
Wait, why did he get canceled?
TJ, since you were telling me the other day about how Linus Tech Tips was talking about how he always says, he was like, yeah, I used to always say Arsler.
I remember why.
Like he was just talking about that. People at Publix were talking about this. So my coworkers, they were talking about this outside, or loading up things, or picking up our
onto the truck.
Yeah, they were talking about, it was my coworker Josh.
Right, let me lay this out real quick. Let me lay this out for those who don't know.
I'm already talking. No, my coworker Josh was like, yeah, he was talking to Zach. It's like, did you hear about that guy who almost got canceled because he was claiming to say the R word on stream or something like that? And he kept describing it. I'm not actually in this conversation. And then finally he keeps describing he's pretty big in tech, stuff like that. I'm like, are you talking about Linus Tech Tips, Josh? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Well, okay, well, good to know now.
That's just crazy.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, it's
so I'll let you retake over this. I don't want to talk too much on this issue.
Why not? Are you scared about mentioning the R slur on the recording?
Absolutely. I am mortified.
TJ, let me put this into perception.
No, TJ.
This thing is gonna get 3 views with a watch time of 5 minutes at most. And those 5 minutes will be me having it in the background because I like to hear my own voice.
Yeah, and the 3 viewers are going to be my coworker, manager, and district manager.
Well, that's what the 13 people said to get to.
Oh,
what's your full name, Mr. Perspoon?
It's
You can refer to me by my name. I don't care.
It's last name Spoon. That's about all I'm going.
No, that's Cathy.
Pearl.
No, it's called.
What was that?
You mean the creeper?
Something just blew up.
Yeah, I think I'm under you, Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
I mean, I just blew up a creeper. Unless you're in my stream.
Creeper? Aw, snap.
Oh, man. Oh, I do see your...
man.
I see your name tag now.
Please, Sam, save me.
I possibly can, actually. Let me come down there.
No, yeah, see, the entire reason I've been baiting us into doing one of these things, because, once I'm 21, we will be doing... I want to do an episode where we drink for 4 hours on a thing.
So this is just like a prerequisite stream for you.
Well, we
Of course.
need a couple episodes before this, and I'm hoping we can do this every single Friday. So those days, I think everyone's free that night.
Yeah.
Or that evening.
For the most part. I don't know. I'm a pretty busy guy sometimes, though. I like to plan things with my friends.
Are we not your friends?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you are.
Is this not the group you're talking about?
We're all in this together.
No, so can we talk about that? So can we go back to the Wiffle Ball talk?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You brought up the rules. How did that go?
Because Chris was arguing me he's like, no, it's stupid. You want to be the same hand batter as the pitcher. It's like, that's why there's so many right-handed pitchers and right-handed batters. It's like, that's why left-handed pitchers are good, because they're good against left-handed batters. Or someone.
And for those who don't know, wiffle ball is basically baseball with plastic balls and bat.
Yeah. And, the little weird field that we have in our thing. Miles, our stat sheet was tanked.
Crazy.
Let me pull it up real quick. It was, I think the average was 0.38 this game versus the last game, which was 0.51 batting average.
So, yeah,
which is crazy.
We lost almost 200.
One pitcher literally carried 2 games. I mean,
well, that's a 50% decline.
We had that perfect game by Chris, where he pitched 4 innings as a no hitter for you guys. He only walked 2 or 3 people, And then on our end, we had more hits, but it was only like 1 hit per inning. So we were basically, we'd get like the first, second base. One person would, and then everyone else gets strike out the same way or get caught out or something. Now, Miles, I was looking at the footage, and this is stuff where I need to edit it and upload it. That that call with Jakim where he's running towards second, or he kind of goes over second. Tyrell picks up the ball and he dives back to first, and he gets tagged. That is 100% was a tie. Like watching the video, the ball hits his back the same time, like his hand touches the base, like almost like the same frame. That was one you were on. Yes, and you called it the other way.
Yeah, that was a hard one for me to even look at because I didn't have the best view of it.
Well, yeah, you're
and that one particularly was a hard call to make.
I'm glad you made a call. That's kind of like why I want to umpire in a wolf ball game, anyways, because we're a bunch of people who argue no matter what we do.
Yeah,
and that's just
I think voting just makes it difficult to actually navigate.
Exactly, and that's the shitty thing about being the umpire in general is that you're never going to make everyone happy with your decision, but that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you goddamn shitty umpire. I wasn't even at that game.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So also,
I'll make sure he has all your calls next time.
Also, speaking of, I am down to bear the burden of umpire. I don't. So listen, hear me out.
Nah, you're not weaseling out of playing. You hit a home run, TJ.
Uh-uh.
Oh no, that was my bad.
My stats are already not too bad, so I'm fine preserving.
TJ, I'm looking at your overall stats here. You have one of the lowest overall batting averages. You're almost.
Yeah, and that's fine. It will only get worse if I keep playing.
No, it's been getting better. That's
I respect you trying.
TJ, the first game of the year you put, or the second game of the year you batted .5 after batting a .188 in the first game, and now in the third game you weren't there, so you batted hypothetically nothing. So in reality, you're doing fine. Your season 2 stats aren't terrible. They're better than your overall stats.
Exactly.
Really, I want to see TJ as our star pitcher. Star of the show, our ace.
You are trolling yourself.
Oh man, I want to see.
That's not gonna
I think
happen.
you'd be cool. No, TJ, it's about the aesthetic. I don't care how well you do. I think you look cool as a pitcher.
Nah, you need Brandon. Brandon and Miles to step up their games. They're the ideal pitcher bodies. They're long, lanky white guys.
Yeah, but
you imagine seeing Brandon's
too much of a stereotype.
3-foot arm, side arming it to you.
Actually side arming it, not he's holding his hand up to here kind of throw he does.
He does that. Does the toss up, or kind of does a basketball shoot at you.
Yes.
And he'll try to get that.
Hey, can
awkward
we all
curveball.
sleep, please?
Can you build
I
a
don't
bed?
have a bed with me.
Dude, I'm not building a bed.
Okay.
Dude, that's just never gonna happen, TJ.
Don't worry, TJ, we can build a bed.
Unless I can.
If you built a massive bed, we'd never have to worry about this.
You would.
He's right.
He's right.
Right?
You know what's gonna happen? This massive bed's not gonna have any real interior. It's just gonna be torches just lighting up an empty room, and there's gonna be a single regular bed at the very top, in the smack in the middle.
I'm gonna make one real quick. So I keep forgetting to grab one.
Now, dude, looking at the stat sheet that I made for football, I wonder if I should retroactively go add stats that did not exist originally, in the first season, because I still have all the VODs saved. I save them all to my hard drive, so I have 200 gigabytes of football videos on my computer.
That's a lot.
Let me check for sure. It's 677.
You can do what John Boy Media does and does the stats that do not matter.
I was just watching that earlier.
That's some funny content right there.
He's like, let's see how you can manipulate stats.
There'll be stuff like, do brothers do well against each other? Or something like that.
Although that would actually be relevant.
That'd be very funny.
Or
we could actually do that exact same stat.
Yeah, we can get Zach down there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that man has not been to a single one yet.
Yeah, I was kind of sad. I know it's hard to say Miles invite him because you don't even live with him anymore in reality.
I've told him we do it. I've told him hey, we do
but I think one of us would just need to reach out to him consistently.
I should probably reach out to him. I'm the guy. I should probably keep reaching out to RJ. I just forget to do it.
No, I think Brandon, our commissioner, should reach out.
No, I'm the commissioner. That's the thing.
No, guys, I think Brandon. We agree. We voted on this last time, right? Brandon's the commissioner.
Yeah, but
Oh,
if you,
did we change this?
if you look at your rule book, it says I am the head of the league. Everything.
That's not the commissioner though.
Everything.
That's not the commissioner.
This is a triangle.
Alejandro, that is an apocryphal text. That is an apocryphal rulebook. It does not count.
It does
Oh
count.
my god. You as a
We
Catholic
need
should
that-
know
we
this.
had
No,
a
I
discussion
need to know
about
what
3
religion
hours.
follows this book.
No, but like the book is the most active thing
The good book of God.
because it was written by me under the advisory of the angels of the heavens. It's considered canon to the Catholic Church.
How many
Francis,
angels?
check out this revision I made.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of an evangelical named Alejandro?
We actually do need to make revisions because we had some weird situations. I really need a notepad. I should buy like a writing journal so I can write down changes to stuff like that.
On the fly.
Yeah, and then I can have a
Well,
reference.
I think something we should also do is probably train people how to actually when we have plays that people question, the ump just needs to make a call immediately. There should not be any complaining.
So,
Well,
yeah, I also
like,
think
He's very good at that.
So yeah, I also think the ump should definitely be a person who either Alejandro or maybe someone who lives here. So there's a really consistent dialogue between the people who play consistently and care a lot.
Yeah.
Well, the issue with that is I like to play, so I'm not gonna be the umpire.
Oh no, like me or Jorge or something like that. Not you.
Well, everyone in our house is like big players, so I want all of us to play.
How is it? But I'm down to be ump a game and then play a game and down ump the next game.
Yeah, we
think
can
that's a
trade
great
off
way
or
of
whatever.
doing it.
That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna tank your stats.
You say that, but it'll just take my played stats, how often I played.
Well, yeah.
Right? And if I tell TJ, hey TJ, I really want to play this game, you'll say yes, right, TJ?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do a main stake and a ump thing, and then fucking.
Switch off when you want to play.
I mean,
And then when we both want to play, we'll make Brandon the ump.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, even Brandon is usually the guy who has the most at bats. I don't know how he does it, because this season,
Because he's
he has 42 at bats in the 2 games he played, which is my 47 in the 3 games I
Well,
played.
I think it's just a chance thing. Well, also, we had that one inning where
He batted 3 times once.
yeah, because everyone else is on base and he just
He had 3 outs in a row.
That was me on the mound that time.
that was it.
That's on video.
It was
So
very
That
rough.
is, that is the first confirmed 3 outs in a row from the same person.
I don't know if it's 3 outs though. I think it was 2.
the first
Definitely, no.
Pretty sure it was
It was
3.
3 outs.
We're having-
Yeah, because his entire team was on base with no outs, and he was the only batter available, and he just didn't get hit.
I know he struck out once, and then he hit a pop fly for the last one. But I don't know did he strike out twice?
Struck out. He struck out maybe twice. It might have been. I think one of them was a hit that got caught.
I know. Yeah, I know. The last one was
I can't quite
he
recall.
got a hit that caught, and if you watch the video, actually I didn't put this in the video. I looked at this it was on the highlight reel. I thought it was too depressing to put on a highlight reel to watch Brandon strike out 3 times.
Yeah, that was incredibly rough to watch.
No, the highlights of people's bat getting hit when they're trying to avoid the ball is definitely the best thing.
Oh,
Yeah, that's to it. I'm very glad the camera caught that.
it caught it so well. You can see Chris try to duck down.
Yeah, that was superb.
Yeah, and then it hits
That
the
is so
ball in the
funny.
ears.
I think that happened again at the last one. It's just Jorge not
It
being
did.
here throws away my my usual IT guy. Jorge's the guy who does that stuff for me. He'll take care of that. Cause I don't have the awareness to go check my thing so often.
It's not awareness, brother. It's the incessant anxiety from I have this thing running in the background that I need to check. I need to check this thing. I need to check this thing.
We don't do as much silly shit in front of the camera anymore, sadly.
I mean, I think once the gimmick is
I think everyone got used to us having a camera at these things.
yeah.
Well, everyone's very, very used to me knowing that I keep stats and stuff like that. I was saying last time how Jakim was telling me he's like, "Yeah, Alejandro, I know you keep the stats." He's like, "I don't honestly care about the stat sheet itself." But he's like, when I see myself in low tier on those tier lists that you make every once in a while, he's like, that's what makes me want to do better. He's like, I don't want to see myself in low tier. It's like, well,
There's good motivation, I think.
yeah. I mean,
It
I
was
was
a time for a. It's a time for a wiffle ball tier list.
Not yet. I don't think we have enough
Not
games
yet.
in the season. And I was telling Alejandro, I think it'd be a good way to put it
all of our cameras.
if we made it every 4 games. Technical issues. Well, Alejandro's talking about technical issues. Fear Factory from Donkey Kong Country. Still a banger.
I don't know what that is.
It's a song from Donkey Kong Country.
See, I don't listen to music.
You don't?
He's talked to.
How do you
us.
exist without listening to music?
Not like no, not like just right now. But do you listen to it in general? Like, do you like music?
Only in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Alejandro, monkey brain.
I like
No, I
good
listen to music on my desk.
music.
No. But what I mean is like, I guess I don't know what I mean. No, that's crazy to me, TJ. I can't imagine life without
Are you
music,
trying to
bro.
imply like? Well, I can't entertain
No,
myself.
I'm just trying to imply that you entertain yourself with just listening to the beat, the bangs. You know what I mean? And that's
so
fine.
some of this stuff is back.
We're trying to say the Beatles. I know it.
I don't actually listen to the Beatles anymore. Actually, Miles,
Yeah,
I have my thing for the last I got my winter replay from YouTube Music. Shows my top 5 bands. Yellow is still locked at number 1 somehow. I don't know how. I swear I do not listen to them that much. What's there?
Yeah, I was in Spotify's 0.01% for ELO last year.
Wow.
I think I will too.
You guys
Right?
are crazy.
I had you beaten that. I think I was like 0.001.
Yeah, I mean,
Or like
you got me back into ELO that year, man. Like that was literally all I listened to last year.
Dude, Miles, because you know they're good. I know they're good.
I didn't know Time was such a banger. That whole album is such a banger.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon.
See, one of the things I do at work to entertain myself, I guess this goes back to what I was saying, I have a monkey brain, is I just like to think about tier lists.
I think what I mean is like,
I like to make a list in my head. Like, that's just what I do in my free time. Like, if I had to rank every single album I like for ELO, how would I rank them? Like, when I bought my albums that I have on my wall, that's how I originally, I bought the albums I liked more first. So I bought El Dorado, then New World Record, then I bought Discovery, and then I bought Out of the Blue, and then Time, and then I got Xanadu. But now that Mitchell just it doesn't last, because Xanadu has like moved up high on my mental tier list. Here, Miles, let me post the
You got a tier list?
No, not a tier list. I have
Oh, you got a
that.
replay?
I thought about making a shitty triangle, which is like how electric, how light, and how orchestra all their albums are. I think that would be a funny bit.
Yeah, let me know when you want to do that. We include that as part of one of these podcasts.
Or ranking all the albums?
No,
Yeah.
oh no. I'd make a triangle with each point being how electric, how light, and how orchestra all of them are. Now I've given this a lot of thought already, just because that's what I think about. See, I already know that at the very top of electric is going to be Time, because that's the big album that uses like their synthesizers.
100%. Oh yeah.
Like it has the least amount of strings. The one that's most orchestra is El Dorado, because it's the only one that actually has a full 30-piece orchestra playing in the background. And the one that's most light is probably Balance of Power, but you guys have not listened to that one as much as I have.
See, okay. The problem with this kind of stream, not this kind of stream, right? But this idea for like a future podcast is, DJ just said he doesn't listen to music like that.
No.
I don't listen to ELO like that. It would need to be a different group,
And none of us
right? Or
listen
there need
a
to be
group
some
that
planning.
big.
All right, Alejandro, time to get into
Oh,
Mastodon.
yeah, Mastodon. Me and Miles crush Mastodon.
Miles, the only song I listen to Mastodon every once in a while, because I think about it, is The Last Baron.
So good.
It's just
That's a fucking
It's
banger.
literally
That
4
whole-
songs in one, brother.
That whole album, dog. That whole lower half of that album. Oh my god.
I just don't like grungy metal that much.
Crunchy.
Not grungy. Sorry.
I like the way you described it.
And I would say that Crack the Sky is like their cleanest album.
Exactly. I just don't like metal that much. I don't like hearing the
Yeah,
distortions.
well, okay. You don't like hearing the distortions, but like in their vocals or in what?
Everything. I don't like hearing distortions in the guitar.
You need to go listen to Where Strides the Behemoth if you want to hear the worst side.
Nah, maybe.
Like,
No,
if
actually, if you want to actually do metal sounds, but without metal, dubstep. Dubstep is literally like bootleg metal, or maybe the other way around, right?
I don't know. I've never been interested in dubstep. Like it kind of was. I remember it being big, like when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Like you'd see that as you'd see that as a Minecraft YouTuber's intro would be like massive dubstep with their logo like blaring in there and everything.
Yeah. See, I can kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, I was never really that big into dubstep either. I feel like I transitioned through it really quickly, though, because I went from dubstep straight into, breakcore, and I love breakcore. I don't know. Not that they have to be a progression in that kind of way, it's just how it kind of happened. But I still... Oh, shit! I still have
Yeah,
like,
I need
fond
someone.
memories.
I need someone to make sure we don't go into nighttime, so I don't have 4 phantoms spawning on me every night. Oh wait, hold
Carry
on.
a
I
bed
have
with you,
a bed.
Mouse. Yeah.
I'm trolling. I have a bed.
Now, see, you can see some of my replay results that I posted in the bullshit. You can
Yeah.
look at my top artists, which are all like late 70s, early 80s, like pop singers, and you can also see my top genres, which is rock and pop.
Yeah, let me check this out real quick.
Now, children's music, it's because I've listened to I look up kid songs every once in a while, like that I hear on cartoon shows, just because I get nostalgic for hearing them. The SpongeBob Yellow album has so many like small songs I just remember, like Gary Come Home. Or what's it called? That was the big one I remember I listened to for a while. That was actually like on my yearly replay from last year. Like it broke my top 100.
Crazy.
It's just catchy. Or Ripped Pants.
Yeah. Yeah, Rip Pants is pretty good.
It's always so classic.
See, I think that's one we could mostly do. TJ, how familiar are you with SpongeBob songs?
Let's say decently. I've heard all of them at least once. I don't really go back and listen to them too much. To be honest, I usually, if I go back and listen to something that's like from something, like a property song, like an intro or something, it's usually more off the merit of the song itself. Like the What's New Scooby-Doo intro, I think it's just a fucking banger.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's good.
It's more like I'll just listen to it. It's just because I would just rather listen to it because I just like the song in general. Like if it wasn't filled with Scooby-Doo at all, I would like fucking sing out despite the lyrics. I would still listen to it.
Da 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 da.
See, when you brought up Scooby-Doo songs, I thought we were referring to the original like the 60s cartoon, whatever, the Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
That's also pretty good.
And that was decent too. I'm not.
That's just what I think about when I hear Scooby-Doo. Like I don't think about the Cartoon Network like 2000s version. When you say Scooby-Doo song,
Yo, do y'all remember the Scooby-Doo movie?
the live action one? Hell
Which
yeah.
one?
Yes, the live action one. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
That was
Yeah.
something else.
Isn't
That
the
movie
actor
was.
for Fred playing Ken in that Barbie movie?
Yes.
For Ken? Wait, what?
Like like there's Barbie movie is coming out at some point. Actually, might have already been out.
I thought that was Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. Never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say. So
Ryan Gosling's playing Ken.
Ryan Gosling's playing Ken. Yes, that is some shit. All the Sigma males standing in must be in shambles. Let me tell you.
In shambles, he's playing Ken. There's
Always be in
more Sigmas
shambles.
than that.
They will beg to disagree. I can promise you that.
I don't know anything about that, so I'm gonna let you be the expert on that topic for now.
I'm not going to be one, but I'll sure act it.
You'll still act like it. Nah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Because everything I talk about, I know everything about 100%. I am never wrong. The facts are in my face.
Alejandro.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's not advertising for me. I won't say that.
You have no advertisers, so go for it.
I'm not doing it.
I'm currently wearing my Publix hat backwards, so you can't see the Publix logo. So it's not like they're not even here.
Let's keep
Like
going.
they're not even here.
Like
Yeah.
they're not even here.
No, quick moment for our sponsor, Publix Instacart.
Fuck the stupid
We gotta
bitch
end it.
at
We-
Publix Instacart that always comes up to me because I speak Spanish and she only speaks Spanish, and she'll like show me four.
Oh, I know who you're
She
talking
shows me like
about.
4 items. Like, do you guys have these? Like, are they on our floor? Like, no. Then why are you asking me for this? Like, do you?
Yeah, how dare she? Fuck her.
Dude, she.
Yeah, fuck her
there's-
for inquiring about a product at our
No, she's
market.
inquiring about a product while basically cutting in line. She'll go to like the least busy line and just start yelling like, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me?
Can you help me?
Oh,
Can you help me? Can you
while
help me?
working at the deli?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
It's like, fuck you.
There are stock associates that I know are sitting in aisles you can go ask.
Well, she's
And they'll actually know better than I will.
Well, she's
Yeah,
asking
they
about
know where the
stuff.
items are.
She's asking about stuff that is in the deli. But like, our deli isn't big. Like, just there's only like one area. Almost all her questions always relate to like the same area, which is our grab and go.
It is not even an aisle.
It's yeah, it's like 20 feet. It's like 16 feet.
Is it that like
That's
area where you
nice.
have like the pudding and stuff?
Yeah,
or-
like we have our salads and stuff like that.
No, we don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
pudding.
I know what
We
you're
don't have
talking
pudding.
about.
Yes, we
We
do.
have like
But
dips.
we have banana pudding. Banana pudding and chocolate pudding.
No, Miles, you meant like pudding, like the stuff that you find like on the shelf, right?
No, I'm talking about like
Refrigerated usually.
the like Oreo pudding you guys make.
Yeah.
Oh, you bastard! You changed it on me.
Yeah, I know.
No, no, no.
I get people. I can read Miles' brainwaves. I'm used to his dumbassery.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
Fuck man.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking to him.
That's right. I'll just leave. You guys got it. I'll switch all the squares around so you have to redo
Ah,
everything.
No.
The more I have to maintain these squares, the more it exposes like the things in the background.
Oh,
It
no.
sees more of Discord. It's gonna start seeing your post.
Oh god.
Don't want that, do
DJ,
you?
run.
Mouse?
I didn't post pornography. That was him.
I did not post pornography. I posted a comment on a pornography website. You know, claiming nothing sounds better.
What is the difference?
Miles, I'm surprised you didn't take the bait I set up for you with when I was having that conversation with Seabass.
Because Miles knows better.
Conversation.
Miles knows better.
Oh, I see myself pinged in the chat. And I'm like, there's a 90% chance it's something completely irrelevant.
It was. I think Seabass was like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to kink shame." I'm like, hey, how can you kink shame Miles for liking cross-eyed women?
Actually, I don't think I've read this yet. Hold on. I actually want to go up and look at it now.
It was like that. Brandon, don't do something you
He's
regret
gonna
on
he's
camera.
gonna shame me in person. Alright, I'm ready for it next time. I better hear it.
Yeah, I say, "Who are you to kink shame people?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." It's like, so what
He
if?
better
Oh shit!
So
he
what
better
if?
live up
Miles?
to it next time I see him.
I know with that, how his work schedule is. Who knows if he'll ever show up to Wolf Ball? Like I'd have to do Wolf Ball really late into the day just so like he can get a chance, which is getting better.
That's crazy. Working on it Saturday with whatever he does for them.
Dude, who are you talking about?
CBS.
It's been a while since we talked to Seabass. You know, Miles, we need to throw another party. I was telling Jorge, like, this house needs, you know.
No. We know what happened last time.
No, it doesn't have to be an alcohol
It
party
doesn't have to have
though.
alcohol. I mean, I'd like that, but, you know. It's also just fun to, like, I have board games. I bought something called, I think, Heroes Quest. It's supposed to be a boss monster style game. It takes, like, 4 players. I need to test it out. It was ranked, like,
Are you telling
exactly
me
the
you
same.
haven't gotten... So you're telling me you haven't gotten 6 more expansions of Settlers of Catan yet?
I actually have the next big one. Except only
Oh,
me and
okay.
Brandon
Yeah, I think
played
he
it.
already owns all of them. So
Now we can increase the gameplay from 1 hour to 6.
Okay,
Yeah.
the next one I bought is Seafarers and Pirates, and it adds more dynamic things just because you're doing, like, you're moving your boats around, you can move your settlers on your boats, you get that, like, entire third phase of the game entered, rather than, like,
Yeah.
your build phase, your resource phase, and that's it, next turn. So it brings in that phase. It gives you a passive income, because if you don't happen to roll a number that's favorable to you, you get coins, you get, like, a single coin, and 2 coins can buy whatever resource you want from the bank.
Nice.
And you get those coins.
that actually seems useful.
Yeah, you get coins from a lot of things. You can trade coins with people. When you uncover land for the first time, you get a single coin and whatever resource that tile would have, you know, granted. So if you uncover forest, you would have gotten a log. And the point requirements are way lower. Like the very first tutorial scenario it has is like 1 to 7 points, and you start with 3.
Seems good, but I feel like
It's still Catan though. Like you're still going
Yeah,
to
I
do Catan things.
yeah, and also like the game is incredibly long. I feel like even if we were playing all optimally, for one we play with at least 4 people, and also it's just like it's gonna just I feel like we'd maybe only be able to add on like 2 expansions max before it's like
No, yeah. For
a really long time, especially that one. It's rather revolutionary.
Just be like, that one doesn't like implement with gods and kings, or kings and barbarians. I mean,
I see.
like, there's no mixing.
You know, I did like that one only because it won the game, but it was interesting.
I think it's interesting. It adds a lot of layer depth to Catan. It's just that depth is always like everything in the game is still tied to dice rolls, and if you just don't like the idea of an RNG based game, it's not gonna be for you. Like the dice are really
Also, like,
deciding.
my perspective is, it doesn't have RNG that's fun. Like it doesn't have RNG that explicitly helps. Like how am I gonna phrase this? It doesn't have RNG that you can plan around, but like that everyone will enjoy. Usually, like if it has RNG in it that's fucking with people, it's one person getting really, really lucky, and vice versa, right? Or one person getting really, really unlucky. And that it turns the game from like, okay, you're unlucky, but you know you could still play the game, and do fine to. I can't play the game because I can't do anything. If that makes sense.
It also has,
Yeah.
it also has the issue, and like Monopoly does the same thing where like the 2 players in the lead are having the most fun, and the other 2 players are just kind of piddling around.
Yeah.
Like it can be hard to dig yourself back up. Now when we played Kings and Cities, I think me and Brandon were like in last place, and we actually like we were in contention to winning at the end. Like everyone had almost like a chance to win. No, that's also we went to 3 hours, which is exhausting at times for like a board game that we played in one day.
Yeah, I bet also with that one, partially because it was the first one we played the expansion, but also just the game had gone on so long, and at least I was so fatigued that I wouldn't be surprised if all of us would have had maybe like 1 or 2 chances to win, we just didn't fucking realize it.
Yeah, when I was watching videos talking about the expansion, a lot of the recommendations were like drop the victory point requirement down like 2 points. Like you'll get through your game faster, and it'll probably be like funner for like new people who can't like really optimize everything because you just don't know everything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like I think that would have been cool for us to do, and that's what me and Brandon would do when we were playing not Seafarers. It's Explorers and Pirates. No, there's still 2 more expansions I don't own. I'm probably not gonna buy Seafarers because even though it's like the most vanilla expansion, it just adds boats. I think Explorers and Pirates does that cooler. Yeah. But Barbarians and Traders is like another one of those like big changes. Like it adds its own like next layer of like maneuverability, which is like it adds a bunch of you have caravans that are making trades throughout the board that give you coins, and like I said, you can use coins to buy stuff and blah blah blah.
Like you said, it just gives more interesting ways to play the game.
Yeah, a lot of them do like something like passive income, which really helps for that style of game. Like I said, that was one of the nicer things when me and Brandon were playing that one. It's like as long as you don't roll a 7, you're always getting something, either a resource or a thing. Now I also hope that when me and Brandon were playing, we're not competing with people for the good spots that we notice.
Yeah.
There's 2 islands, and we both start on different ends of the starting island, and there's 2 unexplored areas, so we just both went to our own unexplored area. And the fishing one has like extra things that go with fishing. It has like a fishing scenario, and you can like the last scenario was like adding all 4 of the. You had 5 scenarios, and each time you like get the beginner one that explains how ships work. Next one explained spices. Yeah. The next one explained pirates. The one after that explained fishing, and the last one is like all of them together.
I don't know.
But like,
I also like to explore like other more social party game like board games, because that other game you got with the imposters. What's it called? Not imposters,
Coup?
but you know the other social deduction game you got.
Coup, yeah.
Coup is really fun,
That one
and it's really intuitive for people to learn after they play like 1 or 2 rounds. And the rounds are short. Like it's maybe like 20-30 minutes at most.
No, it is punishing when you lose, but it's not punishing because the next game starts in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it's also interesting to like watch other people play the game too.
I mean, I like
You talking
the
about the card game with all the rolls and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the little game's pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it has like a lot of fun deduction. Like even when you're out, you can still play the like. So what 2 cards does he have? And what 2 cards like does Jorge have? Because I know I had these, and like when I died, I was able to ambassador, and I saw this, and the other people had these cards out. So like, is he actually the assassin? What was his best play? Like if Jorge had to.
Is he bluffing me right now?
Like what is his conditions to win? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Miles has been using Duke the entire time. The other guy has been using assassinating people. So Miles is like
I've been
conditions.
faking a Duke for 8 turns.
I
Haha.
was gonna say 3 people have just used the Duke in a row, and now I have a 4th Duke. Something's not right here. That kind of situation is
love
even
that when
That
4
was a great
people just
sequence.
confidently do it. Oh my
Actually,
god.
yeah, no, that happened to me. I think it was the last game I played. So, I had 2 Dukes, and I didn't it was the first round, so I didn't try to ambassador to see what the deck was. But so to my left was Rodolfo, who also did the Duke move, and then Miles did it, and he was the 4th one. So I was like, okay, one of them was lying. I just called out Miles, but he actually had it. Rodolfo's one who was fucking lying, so I just died right then and there.
Every
Which
single
sucks.
time, Rodolfo would just keep calling me out. He'd be like, "Nah, you're captain." I'm like, "No, sorry, dog."
I know that one sequence that like the 4 Dukes. I think I lied, and I think Rudy lied, and the other 2 people. Like I think the first and the last person were telling the truth, and like the 2 in between people were lying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Which made it difficult to deduce who was lying, to say the
this
least.
game was so much
But
fun.
like when Rodolfo lies, it's hard to tell. Like
That man has a straight
that
face all
man-
the time.
he literally will go. He'll go Duke like 4 times in a row, and I will thoroughly believe he has Duke.
Yeah, because it's also like you only need to get burned once for it to be like I don't want to call anyone out anymore. I'm just gonna play
Yeah.
defensively. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I swear to God, I hit double contested so often. It makes me want to it makes me want to do something. I swear.
Like
TJ,
what?
what kind of
Is it
events are we
involved-
starting here?
I don't know, TJ. What's it called? That one game where like I think Jorge got double murdered immediately by Brandon, which is hilarious, by the way.
That was very funny. Yes.
That was so absurd.
It was
And
also funny.
his justification was literally just, well, you can't hurt me. No shit, I can't hurt you. Then why are you attacking me?
Yeah, like I think that was the funniest part. The justification just being like batshit insane.
Where it's like,
Yes,
well,
absolutely
I was
insane.
able to murder you once, so that means he doesn't have a contestant, so I can do it again. I'm not
Yeah.
wasting the record.
It's like, oh man, well,
Watching Jorge mauled at that, and then like me text him in the middle of the game, like Jorge, I have not looked at my cards this game, and I am actively.
oh my
Yes.
God.
I think I stole.
Now that was a realization.
I duped,
That was
I
pretty good.
ambassadored. I was shifting around. Like I never once like not an ambassador. Cause I think someone called me out, and I had 2 ambassadors.
Oh my lord.
Oh boy.
Like when I finally looked at my cards, I had 2
There's 2
ambassadors.
ambassadors. You bastard.
Oh my gosh, that's such a troll.
Now we have a bunch of other board games. I have Tetris Jenga. We still need to try that.
Oh god.
I have a I have a regular Tetris game, which was fun. Surprisingly, I can't really like this.
A little simplistic.
A little simplistic, and it feels like it doesn't have the most replayability just because there weren't that many arenas. There's only 4, and they're all the same. But it was it reminded me a lot of the game we played at our friends' board game night, like a simpler version. Me and TJ played it at the dice.
Oh, you were playing over there at that other
yeah,
table?
the
Yeah,
stained
yeah.
glass.
Which one? Oh yeah, so that is a name. Of course, that's fucking listening. But I was watching like a video about board games, and it was actually brought up. So apparently, it's actually kind of a big one. It's not too obscure.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like a lot of them, like that they took their. It's not that they're obscure. It's just that they're not like an everyday thing. You know what I mean? Like most of the time, you probably won't see them.
Well, it's like it's like going from video games from like, let's say like the only video games you know are like the arcade games to being something like The Witcher. It's like The Witcher's a popular game. Like it's not like it's an obscure.
Yeah.
It's not that little indie game, hidden gem.
They're not a hit little indie game.
Yeah, I love that. I love those.
I would
posts on
believe
Reddit.
the first one was.
They're remaking
Yeah,
it.
you're completely right. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
They're remaking it?
yeah, they are.
Really?
So I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be a remake versus a remaster. You know, I don't know what exactly they're gonna change. But honestly, I haven't played it, but I've seen a lot of content on it, and it's actually it's pretty good. The narrative's pretty neat. It was very rushed, kind of. It was underdeveloped in some parts, but it's a pretty solid game, you know. But yeah, so I can at least like it does a really good core. So if they redo it with like modern mechanics, quality life stuff that's good for 21st century, you know, then I think it'll probably be a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that was the first game, and I like logged in and started playing. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
somehow-
some shit.
how did we go from Witcher, the first Witcher, to Witcher 3 being 2 completely different games? Like if you told me it was 2 different developers, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, had you played the first one up to that point?
I played Witcher 3 first. That's how I got into the franchise.
I feel like
That's what I
everybody
meant,
did
that's what I
too.
meant,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started with Witcher 3. I was like, you know, now that I'm done with this game, let me go try out the original ones. And I was like, oh, this is not what I expected. I need to play Witcher 2 though. I haven't played that yet.
I find
Yeah. Oh, go on, sorry.
no, this is gonna be, go with your point because mine's gonna be super like me focused.
Alright, yeah, so like I need to look into the controls on it to see if it's like more modernish, but that was weird. So it's a pretty short game, but it's very so like it's not like one very long linear game. It's like a pretty short game, but there's so many branching paths that change the game very, very fundamentally. Like spoilers. There's like a war battle partway through the game, and depending on which like choices you go through in the beginning, it changes people involved. It changes which side of the war you're on. Like all that shit. So yeah, so it's more like So like if you do 2 separate playthroughs, you'll get completely different experiences. Some of which recontextualize other paths in the game, but it'll still be like each one individual will be shorter than like The Witcher 1. So
interesting, because I have Witcher 2
The brand reviews.
I think I have.
Yeah, I told him not to do anything obscene. He's on camera.
I like how you see
who's doing
them. No, I'm talking about Brandon. Like,
yeah, who's doing absurd things?
No, it's just funny that you see, like, we can see 3 angles of Brandon as he's walking around. Like, he'll come out the kitchen, so you can see him out of my camera, and then like you'll see him in TJ's camera too when he's like really in the kitchen, and then you'll see him by Jorge when he goes to his desk to like pick up his cup or something.
Oh my god, put your pants on.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm gonna put a little sensor bubble over your like lower body every single time you.
Yeah, you gotta edit one. You gotta edit one into it.
Bro, what were you saying before that, Mouse? When you were talking about Witcher 2?
I was just saying I have like I think I just have it on the Xbox 360. I found like a deluxe edition of the game at half price books one day. I was like, I haven't played this one yet, so just
that sounds cool.
Or not PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. Excuse me.
I think I got it on a Steam sale too. So I logged in. I think I logged in maybe like a first act or something. Most of my knowledge comes from like video essays.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking of video essays, I feel like Dark Souls has some of the best video essays because of how deep the lore is and how difficult it is to access without spending a lot of time looking for it. If that makes sense.
We sponsor.
Like none of it is out on the.
No,
Can we sponsor the Dark Souls commentary video here?
No,
Yeah, I'm gonna name drop it real quick.
No,
Dark
shut
Souls commentary by Matthew Matosis. 6 hours and 30 minutes of just goodness, absolute goodness, and it's all like interesting and pertains to like what's going on in the game. So like, you're watching it, and it's like watching someone play through, but it skips through all the boring parts, right? And at the same time, it adds unique context from. Honestly, I feel like he's a video game developer. Or if not, then he has his own projects of indie games that he's worked on. Because he has a lot of insight about like the way things are designed that I would never have thought of by myself.
I don't know. I know he's like a really he's a big name in the video essay kind of like video game takes sphere. So I don't know if it's more like that's just what he does or if he actually has some industry experience or whatever. But yeah.
Could be either or. We don't know. It's hard to know. But regardless, cool video, cool guy.
Yeah,
really
honestly,
on that.
Honestly, he might be big enough for you to find out. Fucking Jesse, pull up.
Jesse,
it's not Jesse.
close my 50 tabs of porn and open up a new Google page.
It's actually crazy to hear to see clips of Joe Rogan. I'm gonna say defending based political points rather than weird ones. He was doing one. He was doing an abortion one. He's arguing with a guy. He's like, "No, if some guy rapes my 14-year-old daughter, she is getting an abortion." No, it's like that.
Yeah.
It was something like that along the lines. I wish I could find the clip just so we could all listen to it a lot better. But it's somewhere.
Yeah, he did another one where it was talking about weed. He's had a couple of pretty base takes, but I don't think that excuses the enabling he does at times to extremist use.
Yeah, I saw somebody. I think it was like a Reddit comment or something like that. But someone had a take where it was like I quote, "I feel like Joe Rogan is not a true liberal or leftist. He just kind of is some pretty centrist guy who smokes pot and just kind of says he's liberal." Which when I first read it, I was like, all right, I guess. But yeah, I think that's kind of honestly kind of accurate.
Yeah, and I feel like a big part of it comes from just not necessarily ignorance in general, but ignorance on the topic at hand, right? Because I'm sure that if the way you can hear him talking about politics, I'm sure you don't hear him talk about fighting that way, right? Because fighting is definitely his expertise. Like he's really good at commentating that because that's what he did for a living for a long time. So when he steps out of his like comfort zone, he just kind of bleeds through, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like his lack of knowledge in the field. It's through. There you go.
Well, it's also like his role, and since he does interview like podcasts, his role is to bring conversations out of people about the topics they're bringing up. So like this goes back to him enabling people. He'll enable when he has cool people on his show. He'll enable them to talk about their cool topics the way they do. It's just that when you have like people who have like I want to call bad beliefs, because he just lets anyone on his show that's big. He basically enables them to spread their ideals to his massive audience.
Yes, like he can amplify them.
Mm-hmm. Which is the big
He's
thing.
still the largest Spotify podcast right now.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he is. I don't think it's gonna change for a while, honestly.
That's really not just like Spotify, like in general. I'm pretty sure he's the largest podcast like in the world.
Oh yeah.
How many people listen to him?
Well, I don't know.
The only other big one I can think of is I think Markiplier is a pretty big one too.
I don't know if it's even as big as his, because like I have never heard of Markiplier's podcast. You know
it's
what I mean?
more of a Spotify bound one.
Largest.
You could say, yeah, you could say that.
in the world. If we look up at the world, I watch it be some random Chinese thing.
It could be.
Yeah, who knows?
It's like that channel
It's the Joe Rogan
over in
Experience is
India
number
that.
one.
What was that channel over in India that actually passed PewDiePie's channel for subscribers?
T-Series?
Series?
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to. I had never heard of it before, so it's just like, oh, there's another channel actually fighting for PewDiePie's spot after God knows how many years.
But this is like
Yeah.
a cultural difference where it's like, I don't think.
Yeah, like basically for them, that's like their Vivo. It's like.
Like it's just a popular like music thing for them. Like it's not like they're. You could say like how PewDiePie had fans that were like actively telling people to subscribe to PewDiePie. I don't think they had the same effect. Like to them, it was just, like we're just gaining subscribers happily in our own little bubble, like with no relation.
I mean, from a population standpoint too, isn't India's population more than America and Europe combined?
It's like 1.2 or 4 billion. It's like in China's like 1.8 or 1.9.
Because I think Europe is like 500 million.
Which is crazy. That's a ton of people.
Yeah, especially considering it's like.
The USA is 400 USA.
Yeah. Anyways,
So
that's a discussion for later. We have that topic.
So is that part of the nationalism bit? Hold on here.
No, nationalism is not inherently racist.
Oh god, he brought it up.
Oh god.
All right. Okay. Keep going.
All right, keep going. Yeah, bring your point up.
My point up. I was gonna talk about the biggest podcast.
Like, what do you mean? Oh.
Okay, so number 2
Okay,
is
we can
Crime
go.
Junkie. It's a true podcast.
What is that? Okay. That sounds like it would be. I've never heard of
It's
it.
an average of 5.9 million listeners per
What's
episode.
What's the name of it?
True Crime Junkie. It's
I've
number
never
1 on
heard of that.
Apple and 3 on Spotify.
What's Joe Rogan's average viewership?
Oh, it's 11 million.
Okay.
Joe Rogan basically
11
almost has
million.
twice as many as number 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was gonna be a pretty big margin. I remember it was around 10 million back when like the COVID vaccine ivermectin thing was happening.
Yeah. I mean, podcasts
Is that the
are-
horse medicine?
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that.
Let's see, number 3 is Call Her Daddy.
No, I've heard of that one.
I've not heard of that one.
Down is 3 million. I've never heard of this.
Question mark?
It is
I've
a
actually heard of
comedy
that one.
and sex and relationship podcast based on this thing. So it's genre.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it's another true
I've seen
crime
it on
one.
Instagram a lot.
The Ben Shapiro Show is number 5.
Oh god.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
2.6 million average listeners. This is a website I found
That's
online.
crazy.
God knows, how accurate any of this is.
Yeah.
The Daily. It's a broadcast from New York City. What is it? Just news? Okay. Yo, Office Ladies is number 7. It has Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsley. Huh.
That's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that he made a podcast that this successful somehow.
Oh, good on them. That's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the actors from the Office have kind of. So many of them peaked in the Office and never did anything else afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, but how many do you think are like well off for it?
Oh, probably a lot of them. Like I'm sure, like all the main actors are like set. I mean, I hear Mindy, Cindy, whatever, the person who played Kelly.
Oh yeah. She's behind Velma.
Yeah, she wrote Velma.
So that probably that there's some negative press, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But I know she'd also been doing like other Disney products. Like I think there was a movie she maybe had some play in writing, but she just didn't start in it. It was maybe a year or two ago.
I don't know. Not my area of expertise.
Which
Me either. I just know people were pissed about it.
I just think it's interesting that she was like a writer for The Office, which you could argue had like good comedy, and then she like wrote something like Velma, and it seems to not do that well. Now, I haven't watched Velma. I'm not going.
I was gonna say, what is people's reasoning for not liking it? I've never really gotten into that yet. Has anybody said like why they don't like it, or?
Big part of it feels like, is that it was written as like a counterculture. So because it like tries to be so obtuse, doesn't actually have like any kind of solid grounds to stand on. It makes it difficult to see like how it can be entertaining, right? Because like then no one relates to it. That makes sense. Like if it's like so obtuse in everything it does, no one can relate to it. Therefore, it's not entertaining, right? So you're not gonna watch it, at all because you don't find any part of it entertaining.
Yeah, it alienates the audiences that it might be appealing.
Does it just try to like break a lot of like general societal norms in it really hard, or
no? It more along the lines of like it'll make fun of one thing and then make fun of something else, and then like complain about a random third thing.
Oh,
like you can say it does that thing where like, because for one thing, I think it openly features like things like LGBT and stuff like that, and like you wouldn't say left-leaning political things that might fall in that category. So it alienates a bunch of conservatives. For one thing, they made Velma black, so that already like alienated like a chunk of that demographic.
I think they made her Indian, not black.
They made her Indian. Never mind.
Yeah.
I've not watched this, so I've always only ever hear people call her Indian or black. Now I'm watching I'm looking on IMDb, whatever.
IMDb.
The top rated episode is a 3.1 out of 10.
yeah.
What's the synopsis?
Okay, it's season 1, episode 10. Where is it? Okay, I already lost the thing. The synopsis. I clicked on something and it disappeared.
God damn pop-ups.
Episodes. Is it? It sends me like when I click on the thing, it just sends me like to watch the thing. Like, hey, watch on HBO Max or something.
Okay.
It's just kind of hard for me to read. Keep looking for this.
That's fine. No big deal.
Okay, here. This is Velma's races against the clock to find the true serial killer. Meanwhile, Delphine pursues a new career path. Fred finds a way to channel his rage. Norville tries to get as far away from his former best friends as possible. That's it.
Who's Norville?
I think that's who Shaggy was supposed to be.
It is Shaggy, yeah. His Norville, I think this is, I want to say it's his first name. That's always been that. They just called him Shaggy in the show, just kind of cause. That's his actual name, yeah, so they just changed that.
Now, TJ, I'm getting my whiplash because like I'm looking at the people who got casted for stuff. Completely forgot Glenn Howard was Fred.
Yeah. Which I've only seen like maybe a couple videos of people shitting on it, so I don't think I've gotten a really good view.
Like.
Yeah, but I want to say I've heard he was okay in that, but I'm not sure.
Well, it's like should we be judging the actors for acting in a bad show, or should we be judging them by how they performed in a bad show? Like, did he?
Oh no, I'm talking about his performance. Yeah.
Like, do you think his voice delivery was good? Because, there's that horrible issue where like they cast people who aren't voice actors to voice act things.
Yeah. So I think it's also sometimes it's the actor just for some reason they can't pull it off, or their portrayal is not great. And sometimes it's the director who will either go with a bad shot or is satisfied with a bad shot and won't like reshoot.
Yeah.
We'll ask for more.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's more like a 50-50 thing there, or like a 70-30 or what. But so like I'm I'm not sure if I think it's okay, but like I think he did an okay job if this is his first time voice acting. But I think I've only really heard bits and clips.
I don't know.
I don't know.
People like him. He for me, it's like how what's his name? The actor who plays Jim in The Office is always just Jim. Glenn Howard.
John Krasinski. I think you're pronouncing his last name right.
Even though like I said, going back to that The Office tangent, he's one of the few examples of like he built his own thing with his fame that he got from The Office. Like he made A Quiet Place, that he directed, I think another movie after that, and he acted in some other stuff.
I think there was a sequel, but I want to say
He made a second.
I'm not sure.
Place.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he did like a bunch of stuff. Like, you know, he used his fame that he got from The Office and pushed other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and also granted, I mean, like, I'm not sure. Like the actors in The Office are all probably like 40s, 50s. Probably at the time of shooting, and or now, they might have just like kind of said, hey, you know what, this may be exceptionally well off. Alright, the acting's fun, but I don't really need to do this.
Yeah, but I'm out.
I don't remember anything Steve Carell's been in, and he's like he was a big comedian in The Office.
I think because he was in a lot of stuff earlier. That also might have been where he just kind of said, "All right, I'm chill. I'm retired."
He's Gru from Despicable Me, if you can believe that.
Yeah, I absolutely
Really,
can.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's one of those where it's like if you think about it, it's like I completely believe that.
Which that's such an odd rule. At the same time, I don't think of it as bad voice acting. Like it sounds fine.
Well, he did well. I think voice acting is definitely a skill, it's definitely a talent.
Yeah.
And especially for like ranges of characters.
Ooh.
All right, let's go ahead and take our intermission here.
I bet.
All right, I'll do like a little 10-minute intermission.
Hey, Josh.
And we're live. All right, so now we're back from our quick little intermission that we had right there, and we're back with Cathy. She's having a conversation.
Hello.
Yay!
Now introduce our sponsors.
Yes, well, today's sponsor, we have Hot Wheels, the Fast Foodie Edition. Specifically, the Donut Drifter today, the purple and yellow one. Thank you.
All right.
Round for our sponsors.
All right.
See, if we were,
Great sponsors. Great sponsors.
if we wanted to get our membership up, this is what we do. We get Cassandra to stream this on her Twitch.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She has like 30 followers, or like 40 followers.
Yeah, if she ever streams.
She hasn't streamed forever. But like,
She never streams. She probably will towards the end of the year, though.
I mean, there's a reason Cassandra was on the original template of this thing.
Because she wanted to be a part of it, but
She was gonna be the star power. She has 94 followers. Guys,
that's crazy to think about.
yeah, that's a lot of people. Like to think, like I know we joke about like 5 views and stuff like that, but like you being able to stream and let's say like 8 people are watching you play a video game is crazy to think
That's
about.
impressive.
That's complete.
Yeah.
Like, no. I think when I streamed, I only ever got like 3 or 4 people, and everyone it would only be like a random person, like a single random person every once in a while, and everyone else would be people I know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Cass gets like 14, 15, like random, like not random,
But
but
like
like
consistent people
average.
she doesn't know in real life.
Yeah, like from her Instagram and stuff.
I can't look at her now. Okay, I want to talk about this. What would be like your guys' like, let's say hypothetical, your top 5 list of video games. Like if you'd be like, these are my top 5 games favorites. These are my 10.
And like this isn't like based on any specific metric, right? It's just subjective, completely subjective.
Personal opinion.
Okay, yeah.
Anyone?
You want to start us off?
Yeah. Okay. I started off. Everyone knows what my number 1 is here. It's obviously Tetris. It has to be Tetris.
Of course.
Tetris, clearly a number 1. Now everything else past this is subjective. Now, I'm really deciding about. I really like Civ 5, but at the same time, I think Civ 6 is better. At some points, my sounds makes me want to say Civ 5 would definitely be on that list. Hearts of Iron 4 would be on that list. So I have 3. Snatcher's on it because that's like I love Snatcher. I have a bunch of things on it. I still have to hang my canvas on the wall.
Which kind of go into like what is Snatcher?
See, Snatcher's it's not a visual novel. It is a text-based adventure game.
It's a visual novel.
It's not a visual novel. Text-based adventure games
figured
is
you could
made
hear
by
that.
Hideo Kojima, who makes the Metal Gear Solid games, if you know what those are. It's very inspired by Cyberpunk, more specifically Blade Runner. Like, supposedly it's Blade Runner the video game, but some people have called it. Looks cool. It's about robots replacing people in society, and you being the guy who's in charge of finding out who they are. And from there, it spirals into its thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that little poster I showed has like 5 major characters. I don't know how major all of them are. It's missing some other major characters, but there's that. I love Snatcher. That'd be number 4. Number 5 is either something like Minecraft, because I spent thousands of my childhood hours, like in middle school, playing Minecraft, and even in high school. That would probably get that one. The honorable mention I'm going to throw in here would be something like Gears of War. Because even though I don't play Gears of War nowadays, it's purely because it's not on PC as much. The original trilogy is pretty much locked on 360. Because Microsoft is a bunch of bastards who will not release a Marcus Phoenix Collection. I know they want to, and they should.
They have it. There's no way they don't have it already planned out.
Like, there's no way that they don't have the resources to remaster 3 Xbox. They already remastered one of them. Just remaster the last 2.
Yeah.
Like, Gears of War Ultimate Edition looks great. It's made of like what, Unreal Engine 4 or something like that when that first came out?
They remade it. Like, the important part is they remade it, right? And because the core gameplay is still fun, it's just a better looking game. That's great. It's fun.
Yeah, like it's just really fun.
No.
Cover shooters.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, the new games are definitely not the same vein.
It's weird.
Like, I feel like they don't really fit in too well.
It's like
Because they don't do anything like super well. They just do a lot of average.
it's like they're playing it safe, so they don't change anything with the original series, except for the tiny things you do notice. And those tiny things they did add are all negative. So it's like I'm not sure if I'm happy because it played it so safe. So like a lot of features I like are still in it, or am I angry that they didn't add more new things, even though all the new things they added I don't really like. Like, it just weren't that good.
Yeah, it's hard to be able to tell.
All right, Miles.
All right, so
Miles is next on the
my
squares.
turn. Ooh, you're judging by the squares? Okay.
I'm top left.
I would really have to...
Sorry.
Yeah, I had to really sit there and think about it, too. I've been playing video games for probably, like, 15 years now, so I had to kind of sit there and think, what was actually, like, the first really fun game? And I think, for me, my first, like, favorite game that I came across, I'm not doing these in any order, I'm just saying, like, top 5, like, favorite games I've played. Probably the first one I could think of was Halo 3 ODST. That is such a masterful game, and it captures every bit of, especially the early game when you're just running around that abandoned city with the calm music. I mean,
yeah, it's such great atmosphere with like the quiet rain, the jazz just playing in the background.
Yeah, it is
I still
so
listen to it every once
perfect.
in a while. That's a pretty good soundtrack.
Yeah, that was the first game that I thought of was Halo 3 ODST, and it made me think of the old Xbox 360 days. Second game for me is also probably Minecraft. I've probably got 3,000 hours plus in this game, which by far destroys every other game I have. And from the ages of like 13 to 17, I probably spent most of my life playing this game, honest to God truth, especially through high school. Especially, I had like a dedicated community of people I played with, and I still talk to a lot of them very frequently today. So that server closed in 2015, so 8 years later, we're still talking. I think it's pretty cool.
definitely, sounds really cool.
I think that's so cute.
Yeah, we still talk. We have a reunion every 5 years, so 2 more years and we'll have the next one. We'll have the whole server rebooted and everything. It's pretty cool. Past that, I got a little muddled. I had to say my number 3 pick was definitely the original Dark Souls. because I've never played a game like Dark Souls before. Yeah, you can hate it all you want, but I had never played a game like Dark Souls before, and the only reason I played it is because Jorge got me into it, and I quit the game. I quit the game 3 times before I finished it. Like, I got to the gargoyles, said, "Nah, I'm done with this game. Fuck this," and then came back, beat the gargoyles, got through Izalith and everything, which I didn't realize how easy the gargoyles were until I got to late game, and
Dark Souls gets
then I got
2 thumbs down from me.
You can hate on the game all you want.
Dude, it's
Better yet, you can suck my balls. Tell you what, but
Only
yeah.
people bad at the game hate the game.
Got him.
Got him. Yeah.
Cooked.
Why
Cooked.
did I invite
Cooked.
Cathy?
Try.
Destroyed. Eviscerated.
Why did I let Cathy take part in this? I need someone else on my side.
Sorry, I can't.
Alright, keep going.
So yeah, those are like a confident top 3 I had, and the other 2 I had to come up with. The other one was definitely Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I think overall it was just, in terms of just a like open RPG game, that's just is my number 1 choice, because Dark Souls and Witcher 3 are not the same game at all, so you can't really try to relate them in any way, and I think Witcher 3 definitely won in terms of the RPG element, whereas Dark Souls is more of that open world, kind of mysterious, like you kind of piece it together as you go, and there's always a bunch of uncertainty with Dark Souls. You don't really ever know where you're truly going or what your true final destination is, so that's why I can't really relate them in any way. And in terms of a 5th game, I kind of lost it after Witcher 3. I was like, dang, what's the only other game that I've put enough time into and I still enjoy it? And I'll probably get some shit for it. I still really enjoy playing Smite into Season 10, so y'all can hate on me for it. You can give me y'all can give me 2 thumbs down. I just put 1,000 hours into that game, and I still like the game.
As a recovering addict, Miles, I just give you my support. Good luck.
Look, me and Matt will still play it, alright?
I was tempted to put on my list Rainbow Six Siege. We all know.
Personally,
I was tempted too, but I don't think it was good enough.
I just don't like the game anymore. That's the issue.
No,
Yeah.
the game
I think if I hadn't gone back to play it again, I would have a much better opinion of it.
Yeah.
But like seeing where it ended up.
Those year that we played, that was great. That was so much
100%.
fun. Something I wish I could go back to, like that version of Rainbow Six Siege and the environment that we were in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sadly, we're done for.
Yeah, and that was
It's gone.
100%. That was the reason I couldn't put it in there, is because like the light we used to have playing that game is faded a long time ago. Like it's done.
Yeah, and I think some of it too was somebody. I don't know if this is like a tweet or like someone says in the podcast or something, but like it was like a take where it was like you don't hate like what like a game has become, you just hate what your life is now, and you just and like the time, the person you were, like the time you like the free time you had when you were playing it, that's what you miss, not the game. So I think that's kind of it for Siege. Like it was a neat game starting out. I don't think it was maybe like I think it could have been a different game that everyone could have played together on, and it still would have been very good.
Yeah, I think it was more than anything, it was the fun times with the rest of the group, right?
Yeah.
It was like not that like our fundamental, like, let me rephrase this. Back then, I didn't realize that you guys would be like fundamental friends, like people that I'd have in my life more continuously, right? And like even up to like a year ago, I wouldn't have imagined how important some of you people would be in my life. But like seeing that you guys were also back there in those days, and looking at it with that lens of retrospect, it's really interesting and like, I don't know, just almost funny, right? Like enlightening to see and be like, oh, that makes sense. No wonder like I get along with these guys nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have archival footage from that era, but I'll leave that,
That'll be fun to watch at like a Christmas party when you're on War Blasted.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna name up this channel. Let's just go to TJ.
Yeah.
Alright,
He's gonna get into it probably.
yeah, God, so, like, if I really had 4 very solid ones, and the shit that they were tied for 5th, and Siege would kind of be tied for me on that one. So I really just talk a lot about 4 of them. So, if I had to do like a very loose ranking, a lot of these people are more like within a tier, so a lot of them stay more shoulder to shoulder. But if I kind of had to file them, I would say the Witcher 3 first. That was one of the first like actual games I played. I didn't have an Xbox growing up because my parents were like, "Oh, well, let's not like expose you to that," which was probably a good move to be honest with you. But so like yeah, like I'm bad enough now. That would have been a catalyst that made it worse. But so I only really had like Lego games and like really kind of like more basic stuff. So when I got a computer, I played Fallout 4, which was not good. So this is like Witcher 3 is the game I played after that, and all the hype I had for like PC gaming, I'm playing real video games. I'm gonna be like I'm gonna see myself as a gamer. That was like really the LinkedIn channel and all that, and so
filled those desires.
Yeah, so some of it's rose-tinted glasses / the place I have my art for it, but also I think the mechanics are fine to still hold up to do. Like the mini map is in that game is one of the best mini maps there is, and the size scope of the game is very good. It doesn't overstay its welcome. The world is very vast, and I think it's been beaten out by games like Elden Ring and stuff like that for the world building, but the immersion is still phenomenal. Like if you're in like a big city like Novigrad or Oxenford, it's like you see people walking around, everybody has a job. You know, there's homeless people, there's nobles. It's like a very, very well built game. So that's probably it takes a little for that. I'd say for number 2, maybe probably Elden Ring.
I was about to say, like, you spoke so highly of Elden Ring there.
Yeah, you can bite my shorts. Tell you what, I'm actually wearing pants. Tell you what, I'm wearing pants right now. You can eat them in shorts. An
invitation.
Damn. But I played Dark Souls 3 a lot. I really liked it. This was kind of like Dark Souls 4 and Dark Souls 5 and Dark Souls 6. So like I just like it a lot. And beautiful game, etc. I think so for number 3, I probably say Outer Wilds. It's a game I played more recently, like within the past maybe 2 or 3 months. I wouldn't really say a lot because okay, so like if you think about more from a step back perspective about like game progression and mechanics. Looking at something like Legend of Zelda, if you're in this dungeon and you get a key and you're like, oh shit, let's unlock a door, that's progression. Or Dark Souls, if you beat a boss, that's progression, it's moving through the game. With this game, you're basically an archaeologist in space, and you are running around collecting lore and stuff. And the way it progresses through just accumulating knowledge. And there's basically like it's like I don't want to say a lot of it because like if you spoil anything, it's just kind of taking progression away from the game. Just because it's about learning the world. So it's very neat package. And, it's a very very neat gameplay. And I say naturally Dark Souls 3 just because I also played that with friends, so that's probably what I could do for.
Outer Worlds was such a random nice. I swear I see Outer Worlds like always on the Steam thing, like on the store page. Never click on it, and I never hear anyone else talk about it.
No, I know. Like, I didn't know about it until like a streamer I watched like happened to like mention it offhand like in like some video. I think it's very good, but I think it's very if you like looking at lore, like if you're the type of guy who reads item descriptions in Dark Souls, you would like this game. But yeah.
So a bunch of losers playing this game apparently.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on.
But it's just very unique. But you do kind of have to stick with it. Like it's very a lot of the game is reading, and reading is active entertainment. You have to take part in it. So it's like you have to. If that's not for you, then it's like the game's kind of going to be maybe a bit of a miss.
Where are my map game enjoyers at?
Oh no, Civ 5 is tied within 5. Believe me.
Actually, I was going to say there, Cathy?
I said, Cathy, what were you going to say there? Because it sounded like you wanted to jump in when he said reading is active entertainment.
And I said yucky.
Yucky.
Yeah, we all know can't read. Apparently she's illiterate or something.
Damn.
No,
I was gonna.
I choose not to.
Yeah, I was actually gonna change my number 5 to Grounded.
I see.
Yeah, I've played that game a
Wow,
lot.
so
That's
how far did you get into that game? I got to like the second lab. I want to say. I think I beat 2 labs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isabella and I finished the game with a 93% report card, so we put probably
You guys
150
actually
hours
finished it.
in there. Yeah, we actually
Wow.
finished the game.
Yeah, you bastard. You guys wanted to finish it
Yeah.
with me. I played by myself. I
Hey,
cannot get a gas mask.
I'll play the game again. I'll play it again. Because that was super fun.
We'll link up on that at some point. But past that,
Yeah.
that game is really fun. It's kind of sad that it's not better optimized. Kind of still judders.
I'm sad there's no, like... the biggest, like, thumbs down is that there's no weather. I hate that. I wish there was, like, a weather ambiance to the game or something that changes how the map lays out or something.
That's
but-
right. That's
Yes.
way too much for like how small the game actually is.
So also, like, I seen like you guys play it, and I seen like maybe like the screenshots from the Steam page. What exactly is this? Sounds like compared to something like Rust or Raft.
Oh, it's so much better than Rust.
I was gonna say it's like narrative driven.
It's also
compared to those.
cooperative. So basically, narrative, I guess, is like from what I know. I only played the first like few things. It's like you're a bunch of kids who've been shrunk for some kind of like TV show experiment thing. So you're basically playing in like your backyard as tiny people, like only slightly bigger than ants. And like throughout the yard, you're gonna be finding like there's labs that are scattered that you want to be able to like go in and clear. That might give you a bit more lore, you get new crafting recipes, new access to like new materials. They're in interesting biomes, so you're gonna be learning more stuff like that. And from there, it's just generic like survival based building game. No,
Yeah, I hated the game
fine.
at first. Like, I really hated the game at first. I quit the game. Me and Jorge were playing it, and I quit the game. I thought it was bullshit.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I enjoyed the
I came
single
back
player
and
for a while.
yeah, I came back and replayed it because a friend and their friend was playing it. I was like, fine, I'll try it. And actually ended up
Behold,
finishing
you like
the game.
it.
So I'll play it again if somebody else wants to play it.
Yeah, it's hard to get the timings down sometimes.
Yeah, like timing, and also, I think it needs to be a more like not a commitment, but a more committed effort
It definitely has to be a
from
community.
people to
Yes.
sit down and
Yes.
play the game.
Yeah,
Especially when you have more
it's,
than 3 people.
Yeah.
It's not like the
I mean, you're
Minecraft
trying to-
server. It's actually like, come on guys,
No,
let's,
yeah.
let's all try getting on around a similar time. Let's play like 30 minutes to an hour, get some things done, and we'll be done.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Especially because like progress like with cooperation is a lot
Different.
more easy,
Yeah.
and different than it is like without people.
I mean, like I said, I think I explored the pond and the tree. Not the tree. I explored like one of the corner jungle garden things almost. So that was
The
like my
hedge?
fun. I think so. I can't actually remember anymore. I was trying to get to like the place that has gas. I could not make a gas mask. I could not kill a stink bug by myself. I don't know if that's something just I was doing something wrong, or that's like a cooperative gameplay thing that makes it easier.
The early game is very difficult to kill a stink bug.
Yeah, it's like I already have like the best things I can make from what I can tell. Nah.
Yeah, that's the thing is like there's a steep early game curve, and then once you understand all the different types of weapons you can make and what counters what, it gets manageable. But even by yourself, it's still hard to kill a stink bug.
All right, we're done with you, TJ. You said what was
Dude, I had like 8 things after number 5. I was at the high points. Civ 5, Risk of Rain 2, GTA 5, Left 4 Dead 2, West of Loathing, any Lego games, and Minecraft.
West of Loathing.
West of Loathing.
No, I'm just saying it because I've heard the name before.
You've never played West of Loathing?
I have no. Oh, sorry. Like, keep going. My bad. I mean,
No, you're good. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, so like, I'm just gonna read off the names because I was kind of overbooking my time slot. If like you guys want me to elaborate on one of these, I'll gladly do it. But yeah,
No.
those are like, it's like if I try to narrow it down into like a single digit, I'll just go into the ones that had like an impact on me, and then the ones that are like, okay, yeah, I really enjoyed my time here.
yeah.
Nah, I mean, I like how so far we all have Minecraft on this list, but let's go, Jorge. Let's do you. We'll do Cathy last. So Cathy's gonna have the most interesting
Right.
choices, right?
Well,
Okay,
I think
Cathy's a
most
gamer,
likely
yeah.
haven't never heard it before. And I mean that because we don't like But anyways, starting off like top of my list, easy peasy decision. Dark Souls for sure. Like to like build on what
Thumbs
TJ was
down,
saying and Miles were both saying.
down.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking
You
about.
can hate it all you want. It is a S tier game.
Yeah, Yeah, it really is. Especially like the dark fantasy atmosphere it what's it called again creates with its gameplay and things like that. It really makes it
Nah, you're just
a unique experience. And I really am. Yeah, that may be part of it, right? But I discovered Berserk after I played Dark Souls, not before. So like discovering Berserk and then going back and like reading Dark Souls, it's really fun to see the way that the narrative is written, right? Like with some characters, especially like Artorias, always being, in my opinion, displayed as like unrelenting unwillingness to give up, but still gets like overcome by the abyss and things like that, right? It's very cool. The environment, especially in like the first game, I find really fun. Places like Blighttown, which despite how frustrating they can be to play through, especially once you get down from all the scaffolding and fight all the little toxic dudes, is a really cool place. And like when you like stop, take a breath at one of the bonfires and just kind of look around you, you notice a lot of the like world you can see from there. Like you can see like the bottom of Sen's fortress. You can see like the depth, like leading up into the depths. You can see like the bridge that goes from what's it called again? Again, Sen's fortress into the Undead Parish. You can see part of that. And in Blighttown, you also see like the first big tree, which I think that was definitely one of the highlight moments of like playing that game, is when you go to the 2 illusionary walls inside of the giant tree and you make it to Ash Lake. That is such a unique and insanely like cool experience that doesn't get like, as you're playing it, the immersion doesn't get broken. Like it's not some cutscene. They don't try to make it anything crazy. They just have you walk out of this tree and suddenly you're like, oh shit, I'm in an entirely new place. And then you have the Hydra that fucking jumps over and you're like, oh my god, this thing is capable of that kind of thing? Because earlier in the game you fight a Hydra and it seems like a very stationary, very immobile boss. So it's just a cool thing to see. But anyways, next on my list I have Minecraft, a game I'm currently playing right now, and I currently have a realm with all these guys in. Minecraft I think I put at number 2 because both of like the time spent playing it and because of like throughout how many different points in my life I've played the game, right? Because I remember like when I first discovered Minecraft, I watched a YouTuber play it in beta, and in beta like the game felt so simple, but as a kid I was like, this is so cool, you can build anything, you can do whatever you want, right? And like watching the YouTubers do their thing was entertaining and all that, but it really like got my creative like brain going, oh, I can build a base that does this, I can build a base that does that, there's minecarts, I can ride minecarts, blah blah blah, right? So when I heard that it was coming out for the Xbox 360, I was super stoked as like a 12-year-old or whatever, to the point where like the day that it came out I stayed up until 4 in the morning to like preload it, when as a kid at that age like I'd never done that before, right? And I preloaded it, I played through a little bit of it, like the demo, because I didn't have enough money to buy it at the time, but I played through the demo a ton in the Xbox 360 version until I actually got the game, right? And then from there, I played a ton as a kid.
Is a valid version of the game. I spent so many hundreds of hours playing that version of the game.
Yeah.
Completely valid.
Well, that was
most 10-year-olds like don't have PCs.
That was
they don't.
1.4, right?
Initially, like when it first came out, it was like a modified version of 1.4 because it had some 1.6 content in it. And then like
didn't even have hunger.
The next big update it got was the adventure update. Like that was really cool.
I want to say when they released,
it took a while for them to get horses and like the
Xbox had a sun and moon, right? When they released it.
What do you mean by that? I have no idea what that means.
What do you mean by that?
The game originally didn't have a sun and moon. It was just a foggy sky and a dark foggy sky.
Yeah, when they released it, it did have it.
Yeah, like 1.2 or I think even Alpha might have had that. I think, but
no, I remember that it had like the flat clouds on it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the clouds got added as like volumetric like voxels that they were. Yeah, like that was cool to see. Also, the world generation. I have so many fond memories of like that pre 1.8 world generation because it looked so like natural but unique, right? 1.8 seemed to like stretch things out and almost flatten things, which I didn't think looked good. Or let me rephrase that. I didn't think looked bad, right? But I also wasn't like a huge fan of. At least not as much as like 1.7. Right. But anyways, like going past that point, like coming back to it like in high school to play a ton of it, and then in my adult life coming back and like having 2 or 3 like good stints, right? You know, putting in hundreds of hours, kind of.
That's it.
Gameplay of it.
To be fair, that is the joke with Minecraft. That everyone will have like 2 or 3 weeks a year that they just grind Minecraft.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the back of your brain until next time you want to do that.
Yeah.
So I guess I have a general question. What do you guys think of recent Minecraft then compared to old Minecraft?
Nostalgically,
Like,
I prefer
how
old
recent?
Minecraft. Like I prefer like pre 1.9. I never really liked the combat update. I've always thought that was a really update, kind of shitty.
I can agree with that.
It kind of made combat more complicated and less complicated at the same time. It added complicated things, but it didn't add any depth to it still.
Yeah.
Like, or at least for like PvP
And, like-
people, which is like what I think what they should have been focusing the combat update on. Instead, they just kind of made it harder to kill zombies and skeletons.
It made the game like less enjoyable to do like the combat, right? Which like before the combat update, I was fine to play the game like on normal or even easy because like I'm not always been a huge like combat person in this game. After the update, it makes it really hard to justify playing on hard or anything above like peaceful because of how like annoying it is at times to deal with mobs and how like unnecessarily punishing it can be to have that stupid recharge bar. Like I don't know.
30 bar is always a thing. Now, modern Minecraft, it's fun. Like you can play it and have fun. I suffer from the issue like where it says I never kept up with Minecraft. I don't know all the new things they added, so it's kind of like rediscovering stuff. It can be cool. However, Microsoft's policy towards trading Minecraft is solid, like not good. The fact that they only release so much content in the time they do, for them being this massive company with the most successful, like one of the most successful games of all time, or best selling at least, is absurd. You guys see that like poll they released? Like, which mob should we add? It's like 3 options.
So I was gonna say this. Like I can piggyback off that point. So not only do they only have a small bit of content, they make you choose the content. And I say choose in air quotes because it's inevitable that like fucking Dream is gonna be like, hey guys, vote for the glow squid. And all of those fucking little stands go for that when we could have had anything else. And so then it's like on us, like, oh well, you guys voted for this, you guys put it in the game, when they could have added fucking all of it because then they positioned us like 4 mobs.
Yeah.
And they have the resources to, and this game is profitable enough. It's just like the best selling game of all time. They should be delivering that amount of resources to it.
And Minecraft also, I think, suffers the issue of like a lot of width, no depth. Like if you're not into redstone, what are you doing?
That facet of the game is gone.
Like, what are you like? There's no reward for combat against AI at
Yeah.
all. Like, there's no reward for these animals. Let's be serious here, guys. Like, of all the new mobs, when you make a farm, you still only have cows, sheep, pigs, and chickens.
Yeah, like I remember like I think this is before the Microsoft acquisition, but like small stuff like when they added like meat that like mutton that sheep would drop. I think that was a new addition. Like, all right, yeah, I think that makes sense.
That's the one.
And that's neat. That's like they should continue to do stuff like that, more like almost quality of life stuff. I think adding like a new like sub biome is neat. But still, like, I don't know. It's just I think that's for me. It's a step in the right direction that they've really had.
See, how do you guys feel about caves and updates? Has been an interesting updates. Like on one hand, I do like how they rechanged the cave generation. They added like the deeper layer of Earth. However, it does not change the facts that the only thing I'm going in these caves for is for ores, because there's nothing else that much cooler in them than a dungeon in a mine shaft every once in a while. And by them making it bigger, it's harder for me to find the ores I want to do what I want.
Yeah, and well, okay, part of that is true, but there's also like there's the deep or some weird shit like that now.
Yeah.
The deep dark, like there is new biomes, there is new like content, but at the same time, I feel like the game has so much content that they don't make enough to keep like one-upping themselves, right, and making it entertaining or interesting beyond a certain point.
Yeah, I think me not being able to find coal to burn my eat food is a ridiculous thing they added.
I know,
and why am I finding so much copper that does nothing? And I'm finding no coal for my food.
That's a funny point, cause like I had the same issue like when you know how I made a giant crafting table. The fact that I could not find iron for the longest time with all my stone quarries I had to make the fucking furnace and stuff like that, is crazy. Like, how am I not getting any iron? Where's the coal?
Yeah.
Why do I have to keep my charcoal instead of just getting regular stuff?
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I honestly thought, Jorge, I honestly thought you missed with the settings of the world. Like, you made ores harder to find.
Nope.
It's been so hard to find ores.
No, yeah. They genuinely didn't rebalance that stuff, which they didn't need to. I don't think.
Well, it just feels
Yeah, and honestly, like, I found that, like, my best luck finding ores has been to specifically go out and explore and seek out caves. Like, really big caves. Not like small caves, like the ones we have around spawn, but like caverns.
But they're all
And that's a type of cave that I like to see. I'm glad they added it, but at the same time, it kind of sucks that it makes the other caves suck so much worse. It really does.
I don't know.
Yeah, personally, I would say that I'm a big fan of the cave generation as well. I mean, caves have been very boring for the past 10 years of this game. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you do the same boring shit. You go down, you go look for diamonds, you go
You
look
say
for
it's
iron.
boring, but what part was boring of it? Like, when you think of, like, the exciting parts, to me, like, the exciting part of the cave is when you're finding the ores. Like, ooh, coal here, iron here, diamond here, lapis is here, redstone.
Yeah.
And changing the shapes of it only does so much when I'm just, like, I get dopamine when I find ores. And so if I can't find ores, these caves are just as boring as the last ones. They're just in a different shape. Like,
I just, for me, it's the addition of the whole new deep dark part that I like, because now I'm not a fan of how the spawning works for it. I know where they spawn, and it's very hard to find them, but there is now basically an entire, like, nether fortress sized city you can find under the ground.
I've heard of that. I have not found it yet. Which is annoying in its own thing. The fact that it can become somewhat hard to
And
find
the
and stuff,
boss, the boss for this place is by far the hardest boss they've ever released to the game.
we'll have to look into that for the realm. I'm sure Alex Stevens already has something, but
He probably already has a whole strap out how to kill it and everything.
I'm sure he already has found it, killed it, found a couple other ones, killed them.
He's probably killed 6 by now. He hasn't told anybody yet.
Actually, yeah, no, he fucking killed a wither because he has a beacon up, and like,
Yeah, he did.
It's just like, all right, shit,
He has a
damn.
beacon?
Well, I was in the server when he spawned it. He's like, guys, don't panic. And I just saw the boss bar appear. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That man's
man. That
handling
guy's
business.
crazy.
Yes.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
He is like one of those Minecraft people who, like, they can play Minecraft. The rest of us do it for 2 weeks. He does it year long, it feels like.
Like the whole nether portal thing? Oh, I'd never thought about that.
What, making, like,
Oh, like,
teleporters with nether?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
never thought about that.
I've heard about it, but I've never, like, actually thought about implementing it.
Yeah, I've seen like a stream. I've seen like a stream group do it, like an SMP or something. And they go like more tryhard with it. They'll like make like a highway. We're not too far split apart, so we like the nether portals are only like a dozen blocks between each other. These will be like far enough to where they will take packed ice and drive a boat on it. So you just fucking zoom. And then after maybe like a minute of zooming, you'll then reach a portal and go somewhere else. Like, it's that far apart.
I'd rather make a highway with minecarts. No cap.
Yeah, my
Okay,
card.
yes, but it would take like an hour as opposed to like a minute.
It is. But, no. Something.
That's excessive.
Yeah.
Hey, now that we're done with this Minecraft shitting tangent, let's go back to Jorge's doing his list. Minecraft
Yeah.
was like number 2 or something.
Number 2. Number 3, I've got Doom, the 2016 game. Now that game is, I think, the definition of demanding your attention and rewarding you for what's it called again? For like giving it attention, right? So much of that game, I feel like, at least in like my brain, right, revolves around you feeling like a badass and doing badass things, right? And if you want to do them really fast, you can. And it doesn't necessarily like again. Does it force you to slow down? It's like a lot of the level is designed in such a sense that you're like, there's very little like quarters where nothing's happening. It's a lot of arena. Oh, another arena. Oh, a cool set piece. Arena, right? Which makes it just fun, constant entertainment. Apart from that, I also really like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is up there is one of my favorite soundtracks, as well as the what's it called again? The plot. The story is really interesting, right? And it's another one of those where like the main character doesn't have to say anything for you to understand, like not understand, right? But to be able to piece together what's going on. And if you like reading into a lot of item descriptions, as like we mentioned with Dark Souls, it does a really good job of that, like rewarding you for digging deeper and exploring, right? It has a whole codex you can explore. It's got little like things you can pick up, which give even more information in the codex. Each individual entry, like in the codex, has progression to it too. So it's like part 1 of it, part 2, and part 3 typically. And all of like the environments are really just greatly designed. Like nothing. Yeah, if I had to like rate it like out of 10, right? Which I think you would probably rate 9.8 out of 10, right? Whereas like I think like even like Dark Souls, I would put at 9 out of 10. Minecraft, I'd put up probably closer to 8. I think I'd put Doom 2016 at 9.8, just how well it does what it does, right? And giving it a lot of merit for that. No, after Dark Souls, this is more so probably what we touched upon earlier when we talked about video games being like fun, like in the moment, not really being that much like a different thing, but more so being like at the time kind of thing. I think Gears of War, up to like 3, that whole series was also like one of those like childhood like development, like I'm so glad I got to play them as they were coming out, and like I got to experience the online multiplayer of them. Which,
I'm so glad I was allowed to play an unrated game at age 8.
Yeah, maybe something like that, right? Because I do remember like when I first heard of Gears of War, it was from friends in elementary school, and I was like in like 4th or 5th grade, right?
Ain't no
and like
way,
that
no
led
way.
me to like, I'm not capping you. I remember being in that elementary school.
No, I swear we got into Gears of War because our dad brought it one day with the Xbox 360.
Yes, because I convinced him. I told him that game. My friend told me that game was really good. My game told him that game was really good. We were at GameStop. I remember when he bought it.
I don't know.
And then after that, Gears of War 2, when we caught out, we got it. And then Gears of War 3, I remember getting checked out of school to play it when it came
I
out.
out of school. That was BS.
Yeah, maybe like that kind of thing.
That was like, I'll go into Jorge's point here. Gears of War 3 is such a defining event. I remember all the TV shows, the people who made motorcycles on Discovery Channel, they made a Gears of War motorcycle for it.
Yeah,
Like the massive,
like they went really hard with the marketing campaign.
Yeah. All the trailers that came out, brothers to the end, and it'd fade away.
Brothers to the end, yeah. And that was when like Epic Games was actually making video games. Not that they don't now, but they've shifted genres to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, like Cliff Blazinski was like the head director, has like done his own thing. Like he no longer wants to go back to Gears of War, like or that style.
Which is fine. He can do whatever he wants. I don't think he'd do it that much justice, anyways. But after Gears of War, I also have the Halo series. Now, Halo, like,
let's go
up to Reach, especially, and I think if I wanted to narrow it down even more, I'd exclude Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2. But like Halo 3 to like ODST in terms of release were definitely like another set of games that I played like much more like when I was in high school, as a very like genre defining like first person shooter for me, right? Being able to like play online with other people made it so much more fun. And then going into like playing the campaign, none of those games had bad campaigns. They were all like solid narrative driven, like generic in a sense, right? Because they're not like deep or anything, but they have like what they do well, they do really well, right? And then going back to the multiplayer, things like Forge and Forge World and Halo Reach, like having that like customs, like loading up a friend's custom and playing on it for the first time, or then having a friend say, hey, you want to come play with us in customs? And you go in and they're playing, you know, Fat Kid with 16 people in a server. Like,
or Speed Halo.
That is one of the most.
We'll do
Speed Halo,
invisible with active camo, least gravity,
active camo, 3,000 overshield,
swords only.
Yeah, like that kind of like random stuff. It made the game such a fun sandbox to play.
They've never
Infection, yeah.
Oh.
Bottle again.
You remember Slayer from ODST?
Yeah.
I think was it ODST that had Slayer, the game mode?
Slayer's
What did you say, Slayer? Like
Slayer's such a
the free for all game mode, or what do you mean?
No, I'm not thinking of Slayer. Then I'm thinking of the like wave survival mode.
Firefight.
Firefight.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Reach and ODST had that in it.
ODST
and again,
Firefight. That was so
Firefight
fun.
was so fun. Yeah.
Firefight.
Actually, yeah, and like after playing like so much Halo 3 and then Halo Reach and things like that, ODST was the campaign. ODST is such a breath of fresh air into the series too, right? Because you're no longer the super soldier. You're now just a slightly, in human terms, super badass, right? But in like the Halo world, not a badass anymore. You're just like a rookie kind of guy, right?
Exactly.
And that's literally the character's name. It's the rookie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, crazy.
They draw
Right?
parallels to their.
Oh my god, guys, look at the score!
Yeah, but the interactions between all those
deep,
characters is like so cool. Yeah. Anyways, that was like my last like series on there. I've got a couple of like honorable mentions. Specifically like Terraria. It's another game that grinded so many hours into like when I was younger on the Xbox 360, and then again on my what's it called again on my PC when I first got it, and then again recently, right, just to try to finally complete it and things like that. Also, not like super like cool, but definitely like genre defining as like the premier 2D not voxel. I guess it'd be creative based action adventure game, RPG. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's whatever you want it to be, and it does it like really well. And then one last game I have on here, it's along the lines of Snatcher, is the Clannad visual novel, right? Like I think I watched the Clannad anime first, right?
Corey, this is Imperial. Snatcher's not a visual novel.
Cap. That's why like that's why like I had it on my list, and then you said Snatcher, and I'm like, oh, then I definitely could have had it like on my list, right? Because if I had to have it like on my list, I think it sits right up top with like Dark Souls and Doom, like right up there, right? For completely different reasons, right? Specifically being how well written like the narrative story is, how good or how well like Jun Maeda is able to like make you attach yourself to these characters and then feel something when they do, right? Like it really like capitalizes on people's empathy, and also just brings up a lot of like ideals and important like moral questions, but just like moral like self obligations, right? Or just brings up like the question of what do you want out of your life. And I think the answer that it finds for its characters is really like good, and I believe that it can help a lot of people if they would also have that same kind of story. Anyways, yeah, that was just my last thing.
Too bad.
I'm done with my list.
Planet has big eyes anime syndrome.
Yeah, like mentioning the art style like that, the eyes really do make it so difficult to get new people into it because it is distracting. It is distracting how big Jun Maeda has the eyes in every single one of his keywords. Like even Air has the same problem, and like Little Busters, right? But like if you can get over it and you just like treat it like a book, because really it's like a book. It's a book you can like have input in sometimes. It's really, really good. Well, that's the end of that for that.
All right, Cathy,
Wow.
hit us with something.
All right. I decided to take a chronological approach.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I do not play a lot of games. I'm like, I want to be a gamer. I'm not a gamer. I don't
You
enjoy
don't want to be a
that.
gamer.
Like, I don't enjoy that process
Cathy,
of like
don't
learning
you know
a new
gamers are the
thing.
most oppressed class in the society right now?
Oh, that's sad.
I mean, listen, Cathy, as long as you've played 5, you're fine.
Kathy,
Right?
don't say I'm sad to that. Kathy, don't say I'm sad to that.
I said that's sad. That's sad. I'm not sad. That's sad.
Oh,
Anyways, so
yeah.
They targeted
the
gamers.
first ever console I've ever played games on.
Was
Okay, the very first I can remember was like on like a little computer, and it was like a Yahoo Korean game. Like I'm not sure if you guys have ever
Right.
played, like Yahoo had the like little games, like mini games.
yeah.
And I just played the crap out of all of those. And one of my favorites, they got rid of, like, I think I only played like 5 times they got rid of it. It was a poop game. And basically, like, it was, I don't know exactly the premise.
Can you elaborate?
Poop was falling out of the sky. Like, you were in the toilet, basically. The poop was coming from the top, and I think you were just trying to dodge it. And it was so fun. But that's not part of the list. I don't know what it's called. The first thing I can think of is, like, I had a DS, like, Lite, the white one when I was little. And I remember one of the first games I liked and I played a lot was Wario Party.
Mario Party or Wario Party?
Wario Party.
Wario.
The fuck is Wario Party?
That's surprising.
Okay, wait, let me make sure I'm doing the right thing.
You mean WarioWare?
Yeah, like I've never heard
Maybe.
of Wario Party.
Maybe.
It might be WarioWare.
It might be WarioWare.
Yeah. It's
probably
WarioWare. Like I've seen it.
Yeah, WarioWare exists for DS.
WarioWare? Yeah, it's
Ooh, that brings up
WarioWare.
honorable mention.
100%,
Okay, cool.
100%, yeah, you're right.
I like the music.
It's
in it.
WarioWare, and I really liked it because it was like such a variety.
It's a bunch of
And I could
minigames,
play it by
right?
myself. Like, yeah, it's just like mini games and stuff. So that's like the first one, just because I was little. The second one, Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's on everyone's
I
list.
remember I wasn't
How
a big
original.
Minecrafter. I've only ever played to like kill the dragon once, and that was like last month. But I remember when it first came out. No, I didn't get one hit on it though. I just kept dying from all the Endermen. I saw it.
Did you play to kill the Ender Dragon, or did you not even kill the Ender Dragon in the end? Did you just get to the end?
I saw it. I went with, and I looked at it.
Okay,
and I shot it. I shot it with my arrows, but it was at like the middle little bedrock thing, and you can't shoot it there. So I had intentions.
When it's like
anyways. Yeah, but I remember when I was little, like 5th grade, when Minecraft. It wasn't when Minecraft first came out, but it's whenever me and my sister first found out about it. And around this time, like we had just moved to like where we live now, and we had started a restaurant. And so we both had these tiny little tablets. They were crap, and we downloaded like the demo version, but you can't save it. You know what I mean? So I remember we had our tablets plugged in the whole time. We never turned it off. We played it, and we only got every single time we played it before like our tablets died was like we found a hill and we made a little hut, and we didn't know the concept of bed, so we had to wait out the night for all the zombies to like not kill us. And then my favorite Minecraft era for me was like Pocket Edition for sure, because that's like I could play with people. I remember like at church, like all my other little friends had it, so we would all sit in one room and play Minecraft together. And like I didn't ever do anything extraordinary, but it was just like a good time. I remember.
Which all that matters.
Yeah. This game you guys probably don't know. It's called Growtopia. I think this was one of the games I put the most of my hours into.
I've heard of Growtopia before.
I looked it up, and it's a popular free-to-play 2D sandbox MMO. I don't know exactly what about it I liked. My friends played it, so I played with them, but like you can make your own world, you could sell things, you could easily scam people. I remember when I first got scammed, I cried. And it was the worst experience in my life. I was a little 6th grader. I played this game from 6th grade to 8th grade, all throughout middle school.
Really? I'm trying to imagine middle school Cathy right now playing.
I had like 600 hours on it. And like I definitely had school assignments, you know what I mean? Like I played that game all day, all night. Like
you're getting your Ed
get home from school, played that game.
Yeah, goddamn.
This is before Chromebooks though.
No, we had Chromebooks
I just remember in 8th grade.
Yeah, we didn't have like ones that we always carried around, but they'd bring that big thing like that had them all in it.
Yeah, the cart. But that was 8th grade. They started that when we were in 8th grade.
Oh yeah, but
yeah, it was a good time. Growtopia was amazing. I played it all the time. It was like I think the reason why I never really got depressed in middle school was because I was playing Growtopia for realsies.
Wow, it was almost like therapeutic.
Must be nice.
Kathy, did you have an edgy face?
Yeah, right.
Huh?
Did you have an edgy face?
Yes, 7th grade. That's when I got into My Chemical Romance. That's when I got into like heavily into Fall Out Boy, and then Pierce the Veil, Black Veil Brides, but only like one song, and it wasn't even like their song. Sorry, I'm just dying. And then my 4th one is Valorant. I know everyone hates Valorant, but I like it. I like playing with my friends, and I'm bad at the game, but I like playing with people who are good at the game because they boost as well as it's fun. And I think this is definitely
you like playing with your friends, but you are never there when Jorge pings to actually play.
He pings in the middle of the day. I don't play games in the middle of the day.
Even at night, you'll be like, we have to go to sleep.
I do. I have school or work. Well, and if I don't, I'm here. Look at me. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm chilling.
It's fucking Friday. I'd hope so.
I have class tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you did mention that.
But I'm skipping it because I'm going to the circus with my sister.
But you won't skip it for football. That's crazy.
Whatever. The circus at 10:20, which I was like, what? Because she told me it started at 1. She's like, please be here by 10:20. I'm like, bro, my class literally starts at 10. I guess I'm not going. But, Valorant's a good one. I think it's the one that got me the most out of my comfort zone because, like, I've played shooter games before. There was this one, a Google Chrome extension game. I forgot what it was called, but it was a shooter game. And I remember being like, I hate this. This is the worst thing in the world. And then CSGO sucked, too. I hated that experience because everyone was just cheating on it. And then Valorant, I was really close to the idea of it, but all my friends were playing it. So I played with them. And everyone was so mean to me that I stopped playing. And then I got back into it. And I really like it. It's a good pastime, but I can't play by myself because it's miserable. Miserable. And then my very last one is this random little super short game called Alpaca Stacka.
Is it a puzzle game?
Okay.
No, it's not a puzzle game. It's like so there's like a mommy chicken or a hen, I think that's what they're actually called.
Yeah, hen.
And she lost her baby chicks. They're gone. They're scattered around this island. You are an alpaca, and you go and find the chicks all over this island, and you stack them on your back, and you bring them back to the mom. But that's all the game is. There's like 9 of them, I think, and like that's the game ends. But it's super cute. I think if a game has good visuals, I really, really appreciate it. Like if it's like an ugly-ish game, I'm not as like personally. I didn't like Terraria, not because it was ugly, but I just didn't. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Jorge. I just didn't enjoy the gameplay of it. I just was so frustrated by like all the mobs and that they could come in your house. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, but I mean,
and like the caves and stuff like that. It just was really frustrating. Like, it wasn't a good experience. Like
Miles,
I didn't like
you
it.
bitched about everything in Terraria when we tried playing.
Yeah, why are they coming in the house? Like, what's the point of having a door if they just go inside?
Okay, but they can't just go inside. Like, I think that's just like you're No, I don't even know if it's skill diff, right? I think it's more so like
it's a skill
you didn't put like enough not time, but necessarily like maybe you approach it with like a preconceived notion of how it's supposed to work, and instead of like being more open to changing and like playing the game the way it's supposed to be a game, you were just upset that things weren't as you expected them to be.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not very open-minded.
I will say an honorable mention. Huh?
You're not very open-minded.
I don't like to be bad at things. Every time I play a new game, I suck butt. So I like don't play games a lot. Plus, there's not a lot of people around me who like can fit the schedule I have to where like we can learn together, kind of thing. And like I don't really play games for myself. I like to play with other people. Like, if you ever see me on Valorant by myself, I'm probably just checking my store. I'm not actually gonna play the game.
That's even worse.
Like
playing the game, is like, okay,
just for curiosity. I'm not gonna like buy it.
The store,
but
you're gonna waste another $30 on a gun skin for guns you already have skins for.
Anyways, honorable mention. It Takes Two. It was a really good one. That was really fun, but again, like it's so hard to get like a game like that finished unless you do it all in one run. Because not everyone always has the time, you know, and it takes so long to get through if you're not free all the time, I guess.
Yeah.
See, Cathy, I already have my pre-thought notions of It Takes Two is the e-couple game, because I remember
it is an e-couple game, or it's a couple game, playing. But it's
I always remember.
That killed it for me. I had gotten it, and then I heard that they played, and I was like, I no longer want to do that. But but I was like, I also don't want to let other people's actions influence the way I act. So I was like, I'm gonna play it because I wanted to play it before they played it, so I ended up playing it.
Yeah. Is that game like required multiplayer?
Yeah.
Because I remember watching like a streamer play it, right? And thinking this game looks cool.
I
wish I could play this game.
But it is 2 players. Like you can play it like on one screen, but they would just have to fulfill both roles. Like Ice Boy and Lava Girl. No,
it's Silhouette.
Fire Boy and Water Girl. That's the one.
It's like you can do it alone, but it's meant for 2 people.
It's still the way around, isn't it?
Well, no,
that's the movie.
You can do it to people.
Dark Boy and Lava Girl.
One person.
Dark Boy and Lava Girl is the movie, and then Fire Boy Water Girl is the game. I always get it
Flash game.
Honorable mention of cool math games on my list.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Damn right.
Run was so good.
You're goddamn right.
Oh my gosh, the pizzeria, like the Papa's restaurant ones, those were good. And Learn to Fly, those were good too.
Mm-hmm. There's Run. I think everyone knew someone who was really into Run.
I was always bad at it.
Like, you know. Let's see, there was Run, there was like Construction Manager, there was like Lemonade Stand. They had like chess and
you guys ever played the game called Goo?
I don't think so.
I was gonna make an obscene joke, but I chose that too.
It's like little.
No balls.
It's called the World of Goo.
I like to play with my goo sometimes.
Shut up. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
So usually it's cleanup time when the goo's there, brother.
Well, first you gotta taste it. I have to taste it to make sure my pH levels are fine. I don't want to get a yeast infection.
Can you guys get those?
Yeah, of course.
No.
No, you can get an STI, which is the closest thing.
Is that not a UTI?
Yes.
See, girls get yeast infections, guys get dick cheese. Very similar things.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Oh, not at all.
Cut the stream right here. We're done.
Oh my god.
Alright, now for a word from our sponsors. Take
We're
it
not
away,
getting
Miles.
sponsored.
Today's sponsor is Adam and Eve. Get all your required. Get all your
sexual needs.
Oh my god.
Today's
Figure it out
sponsor
at AdamandEve.com.
is Blue Chew.
Get your dick harder. That's what we're trying to do here. Get people to get their dick harder.
Life's getting
Jesus
hard.
Christ.
Why not add your dick?
I take Blue Chew every single day, honestly. There's nothing that wakes you up more in the morning than a raging hard erection.
Yeah, and I just like the vascularity of it. You know?
Oh my god, I thought you were talking about blue cheese. And I was like, ew.
Well, if you leave it for long enough, I mean,
Our next sponsor is Kraft. Specifically,
Macaroni.
And if you
Nice.
like those, you might like
I
our
went to
brand new sponsor.
Costco
Yeah.
and I got cottage cheese, but it's like Costco only has one like brand, and it's like the Daisy brand that makes like sour cream. I don't recommend it. It's not that good. But it's
So nasty.
infinitely better than blue cheese.
Wait,
cottage cheese is very good. I do agree.
Goat. I said cottage.
that's what you just said.
Yes, that's a
Oh,
cottage.
okay. Sorry, I heard goat cheese. I think goat cheese is also kind of yucky too.
Wait, Cathy, did
Nah,
you say,
goat cheese is good.
did you say
I think you're
cottage
insane.
cheese? Wait, did you say cottage cheese is worse or better than blue cheese?
Better, significantly.
I
Infinitely.
Probably. I don't know.
I swear you said it was.
Infinitesimally.
I swear you said it was yucky, and then you also finished it with like blue cheese is. It's 100%.
Oh, I
blue
think
cheese.
the Daisy brand one that I had gotten today is not as good as all the other blue cheese or other cottage cheeses I've had. So I think that's yucky, but it's still better than blue cheese. Is what I meant to say.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's hard cap. Hard cap. You're entitled to your opinion, whatever.
Blue cheese is nasty. Dude, if you're ordering wings, you're getting ranch. That's the only reasonable thing.
That's fair.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh yeah, I have to agree with Alejandro there.
Yes, like no one likes
no,
blue
you
cheese.
you guys are insane, man.
Never getting blue cheese instead of ranch for our wings.
Exactly. If I had to choose one,
I don't even use either personally. 'Cause
ranch easily.
I could drink
Yeah.
I just
ranch.
take all the meat off and just eat the bone.
Dude, if you
Oh.
gave me a bottle of ranch, I could probably drink half of it right here, right now.
No way. No way.
That's pretty gross,
no
man.
way.
You know what? I'll finish it.
No way.
We might do that next time.
But, hey, tune in next week.
Maybe.
Oh,
What
um,
sauces do you guys think you guys could drink?
Okay, real quick. So, before we get off the games entirely, the It Takes Two reminded me. So, have you guys heard of a game called A Way Out?
Yes.
Way out. I
I
think.
think
Okay,
it's
so
Sylvia,
it is maybe it is a forced two. It's a required two-player.
Is it a game?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I think more people need to know about it. I played it a while back with a friend of mine, and I raged and quit because my guy lost, and it crashed the game, and he cried about it. But it is like fucking it is a hidden goddamn gem. Amazing game.
Good game.
Yeah. So but I like Arby's sauce.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
you're
never had Arby's sauce.
insane.
You guys
You're
know
the
Waffle
weirdo
House
who
has a
likes
sauce
Arby's.
too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're the guy that likes Arby's. I forgot about that.
I think Arby's is okay.
Well, I was not at his desk just talking to him.
You are Cathy. Take it back right now.
Huh?
Sorry, I had to,
Don't
walk
encourage
away
him.
when I started.
No way,
encourage
Arby's
him.
is good. I think Arby's is underrated.
Thank you so much for giving me a validation. I need to stay
It
sane.
was nice having you on the show and stuff like that, but
Appreciate your guest appearance. I'm sorry.
No, there's no way. You're telling me you guys are literally gonna come look at me and say, "Wow, their sliders and their roast beef sandwich is yucky."
Yes.
No, you people are insane.
Yes.
People are insane.
I'm telling you that.
Why?
Listen.
Our
I
fucking sliders are literally like 75% bread.
Exactly. I love bread.
listen. I get the half-pound beef and cheddar every time I go to Arby's. It is the best goddamn sandwich.
It is the nastiest thing you can like show.
It is a half-pound of beef and cheddar. Let me tell you, it's the best goddamn sandwich.
I go to Arby's the same amount I go to KFC, which is like never.
Comparing trash to trash. Ooh.
Yeah,
like who actually goes to
KFC is bad, but
I don't know. Like, I want fried chicken. I just want to go to Publix. No cap. I've been brainwashed.
That's fair.
I think Publix's wings are not that good, but their tenders look good. I've never had it.
You know, the
Tenders are so good.
Yeah, but
The wings in the box?
okay. When they're fresh, they're nice, but they're cheap, which is a big thing.
I was gonna say like Wingstop or something like an actual wing place might be better, maybe only marginally, but I think you can't beat the wing to price ratio.
Shit, it's like
I
39.
think Taco Mac wings are
Yeah, it is
so
actually
good.
insane.
Yeah, but I don't like Taco Mac. I should go to Applebee's instead.
You are
So
insane.
mid.
Makes us
Applebee's?
Sucks.
that's
I
a joke.
think
That's your pick over Taco
No, that
Mac?
was a joke.
I guess
Sorry.
Applebee's. Well,
This
so
goes
one
back to
time.
that bowling trip me and Kathy went on. That everyone wanted.
Shut up.
We had to go to Applebee's
Whatever.
or Taco Mac.
Literally, everyone was just like, Taco Mac is gross. Let's go to Applebee's. Applebee's was like a 2-hour wait. Let's
It
just go to
wasn't.
Hooters.
It wasn't everyone. It was like 3 people.
Literally, it was like 3 people at the
Like,
bar,
on the
like
12,
maybe an
10.
old couple sitting down. It was the most ridiculous thing.
There was like 3 people didn't want to go to Applebee's and wanted to go Taco Mac. Or like 3 people wanted to go to didn't want to go Taco Mac. They wanted to go to Applebee's, and we literally spent there arguing for a while.
Literally.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Hooters, which by the way, for the first time going to Hooters, it was pretty fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, Hooters was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Their food's yucky.
Their wings are mid.
I think that the best things is like their wings, and that's not saying a lot about them.
They were like soggy, and the sauce was in that. It's like sauce breaded wings. Just like a horrible combination. It just is like I think breading should.
I
be
think I
crunchy.
disagree. I think sauce breaded wings are really good if they're fresh,
I don't know.
because then you get the best of both worlds. You get the bread and you get the sauce.
I feel like you want like crunchy bread, like for wings. Like if you're getting like chicken, like maybe a chicken tender's fine, because like you'll be dipping that in sauce. Or, like you get boneless wings, which are just sauce chicken nuggets. Those taste fine. Now, okay, let's go back to this. What sauces would you guys drink? Like if you like,
Drink.
I'm buying a bottle of like a standard bottle of like ranch.
I
or
feel like
barbecue,
if I
something
say
like that.
something, he's gonna buy it.
Okay, if I'm going with an unironic, genuinely let's do it tomorrow answer, I'm gonna say like teriyaki sauce, some kind of teriyaki sauce.
What?
Okay, TJ, yeah.
Huh?
It's gonna be
sweet.
awful no
That's
matter
so
what you do.
Good.
No, I do.
Yeah.
But drinking it.
Yeah, if you're drinking a sauce, it's gonna be terrible no matter what it is.
Yeah,
Teriyaki
he's right.
sauce is
I
gonna
mean-
rub you like your throat so oddly.
What?
Yeah,
What?
goopy.
It's like
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, that's shitty teriyaki sauce.
that flavor like profile is like bold.
Regular teriyaki sauce should not be liquidy.
No. It just
my God,
depends.
give it
If
a
you add
Oreo.
cornstarch to it or like xanthan gum, it'll make it like emulsify like that.
Oh.
But like when you like, I've made my own teriyaki sauce before, right? It does not come out that thick. It's like a. It's not even like a stew. It's not even like that thick. It's still like soupy. It's still watery. I don't know.
Interesting.
My choice is still ranch. I could drink ranch. I used to drink ranch in like elementary school.
Drink ranch.
Yeah, like
How
those-
much are we drinking? Like the whole bottle?
Like let's just say like if I gave you a bet like $10 to drink a bottle of like this sauce. You get to pick the sauce. Would you like which one would you pick?
I see.
Like that's
Honestly-
I'm the guy betting $10.
Ranch sounds like it's the easiest because I feel like because it's like
so
milk based,
smooth,
it's
yeah.
not gonna like burn through your stomach.
I feel
I feel
like
like hot sauce will burn you from
like
entrance
a
to
barbecue
exit.
That's why I think teriyaki
could be the
is
same as
so-
ranch.
As I say, like teriyaki is such a bold flavor. Like it's gonna.
I was gonna say sweet and sour
Nah.
sauce, like duck sauce.
Yeah, duck sauce goes down pretty easy.
What about you, Miles?
See.
Quiet during this right here.
You're like
well, say ketchup. Come on, you know you want to.
Dude, I would throw up so hard.
Miles,
I have
say
to
Texas buffalo sauce.
Texas Pete is so overrated.
Dude, the amount of
It is gross,
vinegar
man.
you are consuming. Just drink vinegar.
I can't fucking stand Texas Pete.
Texas
Whenever I
Pete.
see
No,
go to
it's
like
fine.
I go to I'll go to like a barbecue restaurant like Texas Roadhouse or something. I'll see that on the table. Like fuck me,
You're
dude.
such a hater.
Yeah, Texas Pete's fine. Like, you're not that bad.
Hater, gang.
No, I like Tabasco way better. Like way better if I'm going for that vinegary spicy flavor. Sorry, Miles, keep going.
The Taco Bell.
My choice actually is a ranch, but it is a changed up ranch. It's
Caesar
Popeye's blackened ranch.
Popeye's blackened ranch.
Miles,
That is
I've not had that.
It doesn't count.
I've not had that. Sounds interesting.
I'm sure you could get enough sauce packets if you go in there and steal them.
Yeah, but Miles, I feel like chugging something down is a lot easier than you like packing the crate. Like packing the crate.
Packet number 26, baby.
Oh,
I think honestly packets are easier.
Yeah, it's like shots.
Yeah.
yeah, but if you had to
I think I can
consume a
eat
lot of liquor,
26 ketchup packets easier than I can eat like a bottle of ketchup.
no,
Like I think because you literally force it out, like use your fingers and just like, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like when you're like, let's going back to the alcohol comparison, it's a lot easier just to like start chugging down a liquor than one by one having to smell each shot of that thing and like force your hand up and like drink it and then go to the next one immediately afterwards. Like, it's a lot easier just to
I
do it
don't
like
know,
all in one
man.
motion.
Sauces are thick.
At least then, if I do it by shot, I don't instantly have liver failure because I just ingested a bottle of gin.
Yeah.
This peach brandy.
Yeah, Chris did his peach brandy.
He almost died.
Fucking hilarious.
Chris was also vomiting over the fucking railing of the deck the next morning.
fucking
dry
hilarious to
heaving.
like watch him get up like at 10 a.m. looking like death.
He was so pale.
Like, oh man.
Oh man, that was too good. I never forget that because I was out there talking with somebody. He
Yeah,
just walks out.
You were,
Okay, that mental picture's pretty funny. Yeah, no, like, I feel bad for him. That mental picture's pretty funny, bro.
I was like, what are you doing, dude? I told you you're messing up with that peach brandy.
dude, I'm
To this
so-
day, he's still
I gotta
he
debate him.
refuses to even.
So hard.
He refuses to ever think about brandy.
Yeah, that's like
Refuses to.
like if you had to buy a gift for Chris that you know he's not gonna like. I think peach brandy would be like a drink to buy him. He was immediately gonna look at you like disgust. Nah, I can't believe I was able to get him to like chug down the last chunk of that. You're like, yo, Chris, like, just finish the bottle. Like, it's hardly any left. He's like, yeah, you're right. He starts drinking, and I think he describes it himself like, one gulp, 2 gulps. Oh god, this is more than I thought.
Yeah.
He's like, gulp.
I remember y'all were. I was up till like I think 2:30 that
5,
night.
8,
I
yeah.
think y'all were talking like what, like late politics or something by the end of it.
Oh yeah, I recorded like a good chunk of it. It's on my phone saved, like an hour or something plus a video of Chris just talking about politics and fucking around.
Yeah, I can't even like liquor anymore. I just can't even do liquor anymore.
Miles,
I can't.
no, you need to be able to do liquor. What would you do
No,
when I
my
turn 21
son-
miles?
I'll save up just for you.
Mhm.
I'll save up all my stomach's lining that's left over.
Oh my
The
god.
May wiffle ball game, Miles, will be the big one. That's
So,
gonna be the one where we're gonna have a party afterwards. We're gonna probably do some kind of food.
Also,
Alcohol.
Seabass is gonna get wasted before the game's over.
Oh god.
Probably.
We're gonna
Although I
do
don't
Probably.
want anyone getting arrested for public intoxication.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, that was in public.
I mean,
If we're in the front yard, we can argue
yard.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I hope no one's gonna be taking shots on our front yard while playing football. Probably.
Let's not allow
I would say
that.
that.
Let's not let it happen. Let's not get started.
Because
There was one time I was probably 2 or 3 shots in one time playing
yeah, I was
wiffle
like,
ball.
that November party, the Thanksgiving party, had actually us like taking shots like at the end of wiffle ball, and we kept playing afterwards. Okay, yeah, but you do not get affected by 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
You should not be feeling like
You-
anything that makes you like
I think
arrestable offenses that you'll be doing in that moment.
yeah.
Probably not,
Like,
right? But like, I
you'll
promise you,
feel
like,
warm, and that's it.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
no.
you'll be trying to swing it back. You're like, haha, funny. This feels funny.
Yeah, you
haha.
might get low. Like Miles has a tolerance
But
of
when-
a
Giggly.
like 16-year-old girl, but you know.
Whoa, there's no need to point that out. Hold on. This feels a little targeted.
I mean, also, I'm telling you,
Mm.
that one party we had.
only you think it's targeted, Miles.
Yeah, if you take it that way, that's a self-evaluation thing.
Oh fuck! I'm
cooked.
Sorry, I'm done. I guess I'm just done. Yo,
Talk to him.
I know. I have some high tolerance for how much my personality changes when I'm drunk.
Let's see.
But I
we
mean,
can do BF1 again.
everyone around me points out.
Oh no.
Always points out Alejandro, when you drink, you stay the same. You're just louder.
No, see, is that because you just act drunk normally?
No, yes. I already exude the confident, drunk idiot energy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that. I think it's also I don't know what else I was gonna say. Never mind.
Yeah, just say drunk idiot. No. Miles, I am always down to do Battlefield again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Cathy
What was
the
that?
other day.
That was way too much in an hour.
I think 3/4
You
hour.
guys drank a lot.
I feel like an hour.
That's insane.
The drinking game one.
Dude, considering how many jackasses just made the SMG08, no, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, Alejandro's one of them.
I know. I resent him for it.
I've been called slurs more times than you'd think so for using a gun in the game. If I got lethal for every single time I got called a slur for using the SMG08, I'd at least have a couple nicknames, which is weird. It's happened so often.
At least have a
People
couple.
would say some wild stuff in that game. I've got some screenshots of
That's
chat.
gonna be an honorable mention about, for top 5 games. If I had to do
I was gonna say the same.
bias, I think Battlefield 1 is up there. When I look at my top 5 games on Steam, on hours, it's Battlefield.
I
didn't even. Battlefield 1 didn't even think. I didn't even think about that game honestly. My honorable mentions were Battlefield 1, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, and
that's a good one. I forgot about that one.
That's a good one.
What's gonna be my last one? Raft. Raft was my last honorable mention.
Let's see.
I mean, almost everything. I mean, RimWorld's on this top 5 most hours. I've multiple games I have more than 1,000 hours in, or 2 games. In multiple games I have way over 500 hours.
Yeah.
I think the reason I just lost interest in Battlefield 1 is because it actually is just that repetitive. I mean, you play the same maps, you do the same thing.
There's no new content coming out. It's it's an old game.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit's 8 years old.
See,
Came out in 2015.
it also kind of gets to the issue where it's if you try to join that new, I started playing it when it was maybe 3 or 4 years old. Everybody in there not only knows every map and has everything unlocked, but they know exactly what they're doing. So it just creates a really big barrier to entry because you just suck ass in relation to everybody else. So it's just like
because the MP18, which is the beginner assault weapon, is perfectly fine to use. I could back when me and Miles grinded that game, gun. We would just go with MP18 playing. It's
so I will definitely concede it's an FPS, so skills do transfer. But yeah, it's more of something like more like tanks.
It's FPS too, which is your aim doesn't even have to be that good because the guns aren't that accurate. It's more like, can you react in time to kill the guy in front of you?
I think that was one of the first games I played that didn't have hit scan, so that was an adjustment for me for sure.
Oh, I didn't know. You never played a game without hit scan.
Well, Siege was my first FPS.
Siege was my first PC FPS. I used to play Call of Duty on 360.
Siege was your first FPS?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, he
had some funny ass moments in that game.
Oh, dude. I'll never forget your pulse bullshittery.
TJ, you were a solo player, so this makes sense.
I will just shut the fuck up. Dude, I'm still
and then blowing himself up.
I'm still mad about the fucking profile picture.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that you got banned.
Still so fucking mad about that.
I mean, TJ,
what was
side, you didn't have my issue.
What was your issue?
See, my profile picture is a picture of my face with the fake grill. The amount of times I got called Indian, Aladdin, some other kind of Asian slur. I don't know what I was like, man, no wonder your team already have Aladdin on it. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, dude.
Fuck you!
Attention to everybody, to viewers watching. I'm not laughing at this joke. It is I think.
Because it happened to him. I'm not laughing about it.
You guys are all laughing.
Hold on, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's just that's just some screenshots. Hold on, I might saw some screenshots.
I have screenshots. I have all the photo edits we did around that time with my face on all the characters.
Hell, even same with I remember like some funny like rough out like names. Like I remember some fucking guy on my team was named JFK Pete Glass 69.
I remember that.
I know I have a picture of that.
I remember we had that one guy who was called like Donald Trump, and we like asked him. We said something about Donald Trump being racist, probably, and he immediately called us the N-words and left the game.
I remember that. I remember that.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
It's like, he really did like just like he proved our point. Like,
This is the first screenshot I have. I'll have to put it in bullshit. I don't know how this ended up being the only screenshot I have first, but this had to have been like one of the earliest times we played the game because it's got the old
It's Telegram. It's Matt
Oh
too.
yeah, that's an oldie.
That's how you know this is an oldie.
Yeah.
The date on it is June 17th, 2017. So 6 years ago. That's crazy.
That's actually insane. God damn.
That is definitely
Oh
crazy.
fuck! It's nighttime. Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm just getting bopped.
There are so many mobs out here. I've made this massive open plain to start building this nice little settlement area.
I don't know where.
I need a lot of stone.
All right, let's bring up another topic.
Want to keep going with this? We're about like 2:15 right now.
Oh, I didn't realize we'd already passed the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, like.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm sure you guys want to keep
I mean,
going.
that's pretty natural, like end right there. Or we can keep going. I don't care. Although I would like an intermission to go take a piss.
We do a quick little intermission. If this intermission does not end, you know what happened. Besides just the video.
If this doesn't,
Yeah.
if this never comes back, it was good seeing y'all for the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget our sponsors: Hot
One.
Wheels, Blue Chew, Adam and Eve, and
Yep.
our first sponsor, TJ. I remember I gave it to you.
That was D-Brand.
D-Brand.
No,
Hey, don't forget them.
I have to say that we are legally not actually getting sponsored by these people. Please go to companies.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
He's full. He's
don't.
lying.
They are free to actually come sponsor if they want.
Oh,
I'm sure they won't.
I'll set up an email. You can send me email things
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So Miles, when you
Business inquiries.
Miles, when you come through that Georgia Power sponsorship?
I can get a couple people involved and see if they'll watch a couple of them.
The
and
game.
they'll kind of give me their hot take and see if they want to sponsor. I'll have to get
Alright.
back with you on that one.
There are no Thatcher mains. I have a couple of these. Like when I look at the chat.
Oh, you got the
Thatcher.
memes.
Yeah,
I'm sure I've got the memes
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I saved this one guy's username. Grim. Oh yeah.
I still haven't friended.
Grim, dude.
I still haven't friended on Steam. I think I remember.
Three in the screenshot I said.
Yeah, I think I talked to him maybe for like a year after I met him. Or we met him, sorry.
You guys do know like the upload channel for this is probably gonna be the same channel that we have all our old Rainbow Six Siege content on, right?
Probably, probably is, yeah.
Like, I know.
Alejandro, do you have that fucking meme you stole from me?
Yes, the one I posted on r/Rainbow Six and got like a couple hundred upvotes.
Still so mad about that.
TJ, I have like 10k upvotes on my Reddit account or something like that. Like I have decent karma because I post things every once in a while.
I have 10. That would be life-changing for me.
He's right. He's right.
Check real quick how much karma I have. Profile.
God, not the last second flex with karma.
Wait, so intermission already started, right?
No, I can start.
Yeah,
I can start
that's
intermissions. I've been recording still.
All right, guys. It's been
Okay.
great.
It's been great. We'll be back. I'm gonna go flex my karma to them.
I can't believe
And we're
it.
back. There we go. That's a nice little intermission that we had right there. Now, we talked about this way earlier. About how nice. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but it is very nice to scratch your balls.
Yes, I agree.
Well, Cathy,
Well, I
no,
think it depends.
I'll give you the old test. Can you pee?
Huh?
Can you pee?
Can I pee?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, you're not a woman. You're a man then.
What a take.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Cathy, women can't pee. If they could pee, their bathrooms would have urinals.
You're right. I agree.
Silly me, I thought we were saving the hot takes for episode 2.
No,
Yeah, right.
We're hitting the hot takes.
We needed to lure them into a sense of security, and this is it.
No, but think about the logic, okay? What are urinals for?
Alejandro, if I would have thought about it at all, I would have thought about it more than you have. I swear to God.
No, like think about this nice and so urinals are for peeing. You're designed to pee. Men have urinals because men can pee because we have balls. Now, I've been to numerous women's restrooms. I'm talking triple digits bathrooms, and I have never once seen a urinal in a girl's bathroom. Not once.
Why have you been to so many of them?
That's not relevant. But
no. Answer the question. Don't dodge the question.
I've been to numerous hundreds, thousands of women's.
So actually, Alejandro, you have a little bit of a misconception here. Those restrooms do in fact have urinals. They're just also in the stalls.
No.
So there's a traditional toilet in there and a urinal. I don't think you've looked. I don't think you've done research.
I've been in the women's stalls. What the hell? I've gone to women's restrooms to take dumps before. I'm not a psychopath.
Do you have photographic evidence that there's no urinals in a female bathroom?
No, but I do have pictures of some girl's shoes on the other side of the urinal. On the other side of the stall. I'm not sure if that's like something I should be distributing.
Are you committing a crime? I don't think you should keep talking about this.
It's not true.
For legal purposes, this is a joke.
This is a bit.
Alright,
everyone.
I have been in the women's restrooms before. But that's
Listen, everybody on 3 say in Minecraft, okay?
No, you can't get away with that. A kid in Florida got arrested for making death threats to a sheriff with that.
What?
Okay, so basically, I think a sheriff gave a speech, like a very strong anti-Nazi speech, and someone like on 4chan like was posting about like, you know, if I had the opportunity, I would just shoot him or something like that.
Oh wow!
You see, he said something along the lines. Like, he's like, I'd just shoot him or something like that. It'd be a bit more entertaining what he's saying right there, blah blah. And then he ended it off with in Minecraft, and he still got arrested. So now everyone's joking about like the old in Minecraft defense didn't work. Because some people will do like, say something and be like, "Whoa, I would do that in Minecraft, of course." Then threaten domestic terrorism and then be like, "Ooh, Minecraft."
He got arrested for that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people need to chill out.
Well, yeah.
I also like that sheriff like was pushing a bill that was basically saying anti-hate speech. Like they're putting it into law. So he kind of like kicked the anthill there. You know, yeah. So like it was I don't know if that's more a special case. I don't know. It like online grievances that can span into localized law. It's very kind of weird subject. So I don't know how widespread it's going to be. But like I think that was more he mostly because he targeted directly at where that's a legal thing.
Interesting.
Curious. No, but I mean, it was an interesting thing. Now, going back to my tangent about women not being able to pee and me knowing how women's bathrooms don't have urinals. See, back when I was in high school, we went to this school, and everyone in here knows the school I'm talking about except Cathy. It was basically it looked like Ola, like a very nice high school. The school was the exact mirrored version of that school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything being mirrored in it, like I assumed. Like, I didn't look at the bathroom signs when I had to go take a fat dump because I think I was messing with the robots. I was kind of fucking around with the robots, and like I'm like, oh shit. I think it was like so if my co-captain Ashley, like I had to go use the restroom. We'll be right back. I'll be back before like the next thing. Get rid of the controller. I go just like rush to the restroom, and like I just go straight to the restroom and go to a stall. Like I start taking my dump, you know, I sit down, blah blah, and like I'm sitting down and I hear someone walk in. I'm like, is that a woman? Like the voice sounds very feminine, and you can kind of see like shoes underneath like the stall, like where they're wearing Converse, so those are gender neutral shoes, and I'm also wearing Converse, so you know, that doesn't give me any direction. And then I hear like someone else come in with like I'm assuming like a mom and her daughter came in, like a little girl. The child. Oh shit! I'm like,
this is terrible.
I'm doing like the things in my head. I'm like, I never saw a urinal when I came in here.
Yeah, you're like recounting your steps.
Like, I never saw the urinal. I'm like, oh wait.
What school is this?
I don't even remember the school. It was one of the schools we went to during Fixed Robotics. I could probably find the school name if I really wanted to, but it was like not in Coweta County. It was somewhere in Georgia.
It was out there somewhere. It could have been like the Walker School.
Yeah, my first thought was Walker.
They look
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
just like
nice.
Lola.
Pooped in a woman's bathroom.
So I was taking a dump. I'm like, huh? Like there's like, okay, I'm just gonna chill in here until it gets empty. And that's what I did. It got empty, and I just walked out like nothing.
Thank God that happened to be like an event that wasn't very like there weren't many women there, and also that like goddamn.
It was a Vex tournament. There's like what, 2 girls?
Yeah, like goddamn. So that actually reminds me. Back in high school, this was maybe my freshman, maybe sorry, it was either sophomore or junior year. So like in my high school, I'm like fucking miles went there. So I'll explain it. But if you're coming back from the cafeteria and you're going to one of the classrooms upstairs, there's like almost like a spiral kind of staircase. It was just like it's just like a short kind of staircase. But you go up it and like the English classrooms just there. And I was leaving from the cafeteria with like a whole of other fucking students. And I was wearing black skinny jeans, colorless Vans, and a pretty big burgundy sweater. And I had my hair down. So I looked like a girl from behind. And when I was going upstairs, some guy slapped my ass.
Oh no!
And,
no!
But here's the funny part. So just at the end of the staircase, there's the guy's restroom immediately to the left. So I just go in the guy's restroom, and the guy was like, "What's the president?" Like, dude, that was a fucking guy. And he was like, "No, please, like, no, dude, that was a fucking guy."
Dude, that's so weird.
It's like so bad.
Technically, jokes on them? Question mark.
Yeah,
You won that interaction.
It was a very like it was funny to like hear him hear him freak out, but it was like well, that's what it's like. That sucks. Yeah.
I still think the implication, like they do that to random women or random girls. It's like during the grade or something. It randomly just smack a girl's ass in school.
Yeah. So I was I was younger when it happened. Like I think I'm pretty sure I was a sophomore. But it's like I didn't think much about it at the time because I was a dumb fucking kid. But I was like, so especially looking back, it's like, wow, that was incredibly fucked.
The implications are fucked.
Yeah.
Dude, that bit from Always Sunny where he's like, again, then we take the girls back to their boat, and they can't say no because of the implications. Like, what do you mean? Like they can't say no? Are you gonna hurt these girls? Like, of course I wouldn't hurt these girls, but like. Think about it, like she's out in a boat with a guy she doesn't know that well, and she can't say no because the implication.
Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
And like the friends are just like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean the implication? He's like, that's just the implication. There's like to it. Well, look, are these girls in danger? Of course they're not in danger. They say if the answer is no, it's no, but they won't say no because of the implication.
What the freak?
Yeah, right.
Dude, It's Always Sunny is so good. It's crazy just watching that. When we were on IBM earlier when we were talking about shows, I clicked on It's Always Sunny to see its like highest rated episodes. I know that only me and TJ know this. It was The Nightman Cometh and Charlie Work.
Those are 2 pretty good episodes, though.
Well, Nightman Cometh was always ranked as a lot of people's favorites. I think it's hilarious. It has the song where Danny DeVito's saying, "You gotta pay the troll toll to get into the boys' hole."
What?
The official
seen that.
soul. And dude, I was watching the live like Broadway performance of that. People were going crazy for anything Danny DeVito did. Like I never thought about him as like an S tier comedian because I honestly don't know what he does. Plus, It's Always Sunny, and I know he's the goat from Hercules.
It was the goat from Hercules?
Yeah.
He was the satyr.
I never connected those dots.
I never realized his voice was that nice. Like when he's singing and stuff like that. Like I didn't realize he could do that with his voice. So yeah, that's Danny DeVito, huh?
Interesting.
I can't believe Danny DeVito was the fucking penguin.
The penguin?
Yeah.
For what?
No, it was a live Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Fuck. Who was Batman in that one? Was that
That was before
Keaton?
Bale, so.
I don't know. Trying to think now, because that was what, a '90s film?
I think that was also one where fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze.
It was the same era of Batman movies.
That was Batman and Robin, yeah, that was one where they had the costumes had nipples on their biceps. Not the biceps. On their chest.
What was that cheesy ass line that Arnold used?
Alright, everybody, freeze.
Cheesy, man.
Yeah.
Chill out.
I never watched that show. That show seems boring.
It wasn't a show, it was a movie.
Was that the same movie that had Poison Ivy and
Bane?
Yes.
Bane? Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Uma Thurman was Poison Ivy. She was in some Tarantino stuff. I'm not sure what else she's done, but I know she's.
Movies are for losers.
Is she the one where is she the
That's
one?
fair.
Is she the one who put her foot?
Unless it's a good movie, I don't want to watch it.
Talk to
I mean, he's done some good stuff. I think he's a really weird guy.
Like Quentin Tarantino.
Movies are for losers. That's so mean.
They're just boring, Cathy. Like, you know how, like, you said, like, yucky to reading being an active, like, form of media? That's how I feel about movies. They're such a passive form of media that I get bored too easily. Like, way too easily.
I think I only say
but
yucky to stuff because I
Doom.
like stupid. Like,
Jorge will watch, dude.
like
And I will, because I read the
So
book.
like monkey brain look at pictures, monkey brain laugh at joke. Like I just feel like movies are so great.
I like movies; they're entertaining.
Not saying they can't be
I
right.
know the epitome of film that's Avatar, obviously.
That's actually just a easy to consume movie for 2 hours. I don't know what happened those last 2 hours.
You are
Anybody
correct.
ever go watch the
second
sequel
one?
after like 15 years? It took 15
Of
years. to come with the sequel, I
course
think.
not.
Supposedly, everyone says no. Supposedly, it destroyed the box office. Like it
Really?
did amazingly. I think it like did.
What did?
Avatar 2.
Oh yeah, but it didn't do as much as good as they needed it to though. Like
Yeah.
it did better than they thought, but not nearly as much as they wanted.
Like, I heard it
Like
did.
needed because they spent so much money.
It made $2.3 billion worldwide.
Hey.
It was the highest grossing film of 2022. And it's the third highest
The
of all time.
box office.
Now, it also had a
Box
budget of
office is
460 million.
2.92.
Let's
Holy
see.
shit.
Oh, Elijah.
More than Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, what was the ranking of it overall? Box office, like about time.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Let's see.
Fine,
Rotten
what?
Tomatoes gave it an 82. The only ones I could think that beat it are Titanic and.
The first one? It's also
The first one's still number one.
it's weird to like look up stuff like highest grossing stuff, and the numbers are weird because like highest grossing is not correlating to like most tickets sold. So I think if you do most tickets sold, I think Gone with the Wind is like number one by a lot.
Hey, doesn't Gone with the Wind have Candace in it?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
This is how bored I am with this topic. Let's change topics right now. Please change topics right now.
I like this topic.
No, this topic is stupid.
Movie is fine. I like talking about movies.
Oh my god.
Movies are fun, dude. Let's
You know,
guys. Let's do the hip and pop movie thing, and let's rip on the MCU for 30 minutes.
No, because
Phase 4 sucked
Oh, so
dick.
apparently Avatar is the highest.
The
And
first
then
one, and then it goes.
No, the first one's the highest.
Avengers Endgame, then Way of Water, then Titanic. So Titanic's been ousted.
Yeah.
I did not think Way of Water would have gotten third. That's insane.
I don't know anyone who watched it, and somehow the man summoned like 2 billion people to watch this movie. No one, I don't know a single person that's watched this like at a movie theater or anything like that. Now, for the first Avatar, Avengers Endgame beat it when that came out originally. And then for Avatar 2, the guy re-released Avatar 1 at movie theaters, and that gave it the ticket, like the grossing, to beat out Avengers again. Like he released it in China and stuff like that again. So it was able to get like more money, so it was able to like gross more overall.
Let's see. So actually, this leads into a different topic. Top, maybe I don't know. What's a funny number 3 favorite movies? Is that a list we can do?
no, that's not a better topic. No, I don't want to do
It's
this. I
just
don't
all
want to take
three.
this
It's
anymore.
just the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh my god.
Or he's gonna say like,
Literally just Lord of the Rings trilogy.
My man.
yeah, Miles, name the 3 movie titles.
Wasn't it Fellowship of the Ring?
Fuck up,
Two
Jorge.
Towers?
Fellowship,
Yeah,
Two Towers,
Fellowship,
and then
Twin Towers. Yeah.
Jorge,
Not Twin Towers.
Oh my god.
What did I say? What did I say? What?
Did you say Twin Towers? Hold on.
What?
Come on, guys.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, that's.
Let's do this.
Uh huh.
Let's all go to our computers. Let's all pull up the BDSM test and start just looking at the results.
OMG.
Looking at oh my god.
Is that what it's called?
What are you talking about exactly?
Link for this somewhere way back,
isn't this
right?
like the sexual preferences stuff like that test?
Probably.
You mean like the deviant, the BDSM test?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Who can?
No, that was a gag topic.
God.
Like it's something like I'd have to pause this so we can take it, and then we have to pull it back, and I don't have a way to format us pulling up like showing these results yet. Or I do.
Yeah,
it's
that
kinda
makes
clunky.
sense.
We gotta add that to the budget.
Yeah.
That's in for next time.
As always, I'm the commissioner of everything. No one else has the initiative to do stuff.
Dang, wow.
Oh, that's rude.
That's
true.
Dude, Miles, I was thinking about buying a T-ball stand for football, so we can do those home run
God.
derbies.
Oh my god.
Now we don't have to
That
worry about
would-
someone pitching it. We just have a T-ball.
Especially that'd be a valid way to hit the ball in a very consistent manner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can't you just use like a PVC pipe?
Yeah.
Probably.
But I mean,
You
I'd have to figure out like I'd still have to make a base for the PVC pipe to stand, and I'd have to figure out.
I also feel like if we hit a PVC pipe with a bat, we could break the bat pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Like a like
Well, the
a
football bats are plastic. Like they're not aluminum or wood.
It's PVC, not just plastic.
Well, yeah, but it's really
Yeah, but
hard.
it's much harder. It's not flexible.
It's PVC.
Use a pool noodle,
I
and
get
then like in the
pool-
very bottom half of it, like
Are you
put a
gonna
PVC
supply
pipe
the
in it.
pool noodle?
I like Cathy's idea that all plastics are the same hardness.
Dollar Tree. No, pool noodles are soft.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh guys,
Pool
like,
noodles are soft.
wait, but that plastic can break that plastic. Does that
Yeah,
work?
but like
That can't work, right? Like,
the concern with like even like a pool noodle is the PVC is not gonna give. Like in that instant when you smack it, it's very easy to like break the bat like that.
and we are going to be
Yeah.
smacking the hell out of this thing. And the benefit
also
of the
gonna-
T-ball stand is that T-ball stand will just fall with the impact.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
want.
And it's also like a lot thinner.
It's gonna hurt your hands a lot less
On
too.
a spring. Yeah, it won't hurt if you like grip the bat tight either.
Yeah.
Now, if anyone else wants to invest stuff in football, we could always do with a net to put behind the strike zone.
I pay my dues. You're not gonna gaslight me into paying more.
TJ, you're amnesiac.
I
for
pay
one
my
thing.
dues too.
I don't go.
Miles, TJ is trying to gaslight me into saying that we never put a dish in the dishwasher when he was there when we put it in.
But we just got
I'm
a
not saying that at
dishwasher
all.
that works finally. We've been here for 2 months.
Nice. That sucks,
Nice.
but nice.
Nice, you
Yeah,
finally.
dishwasher. So we tried running it in like the first week we were here, and so I turn it on. I'm like, yeah, I'll just run a cycle so I can clean everything out of there. And as soon as it starts, this fucking water just starts flooding the kitchen. I was like,
problem.
fuck, dude.
That's a problem.
So we pulled the damn thing out, and when I tell you that the entire intake and outtake tubes for the water supply are just completely bitten apart from what looks like mice that were just there years ago because no one fucking took care of the place.
Let's see.
Yeah, fuck the mice. So they had to come in here, completely redo the hoses, and then they had to give us a whole new dishwasher. So, woo, we finally have the common commodity. Let's go.
So, I have a follow-up question. Do you think the mice were the ones who are responsible for only the crack might be found?
Yeah, I think the mice are
Possibility.
responsible for that. No, I definitely think it was the squatter that used to live there.
I
Wait,
don't
like
know.
actually? There's
Yeah,
actually.
like actually, yeah. We figured out after moving in here that apparently the last tenants were squatters that got ousted by the county. Like they were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Which they shouldn't have. They should have
And-
their squatter
Crap.
rights. No one was
All my
using the property.
All my homies can't fucking stand squatters because they don't take care of the house.
All
I'm gonna say if they're
all my
like
homies
good
hate
about it,
landlords.
like do what you want. But if they suck butt, like, dude, how do you live in that condition to start
It was I couldn't even imagine. They said the amount of trash they pulled out of the house was ridiculous. Like we've got the house all cleaned up. It's nice now, but when we first moved in here, it was a little rough. Like we had to do some cleaning ourselves.
I was about to say, I'm kind of sympathetic to hoarders. Not because of the hoarding, but because they definitely have mental health issues they're going through. Like, I don't think, like, you're right. Like, how can anyone live in that kind of situation? they definitely don't think about it. They definitely just avoid the problem.
Well,
But
I'm
I
not
mean-
even thinking about like a hoarding situation. I'm literally thinking about like trash. Because to me,
Yeah,
hoarding
that's
is
what
like
that's what half of
keeping
hoarders are.
I thought trash was like garbage and like chip bags that have already been in cottage cheese containers and
I mean,
unopened blue cheese.
some of them do that. With some of them, it's either
Very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and also like some of them do hoard stuff like that. Like some of them will say like I'm at McDonald's, you know, like when you have like the straws, in like the plasticware, they'll just go and grab like a fistful and they'll just keep it.
Honestly, though,
Yeah.
useful.
Dude, I'll put some of the straws in my car for sure. There are definitely times those fuckers forget the straws.
I do that with chopsticks. I get like extra chopsticks from like Kroger where like you buy sushi when they're
Yeah.
closed. I'll grab like this 2 extra ones and I'll keep it in like the pocket behind the passenger seat because I don't like things going in there because I don't want it to like get bigger. But like chopsticks are so tiny. But my car doesn't have that anymore.
See, Starbucks
Which
used to have
sucks.
honey
That's
packets
a rip.
outside. I'd grab those honey packets and stuff on them.
Chick-fil-A has honey packets, and now they have their honey roasted barbecue outside, like with like their napkins and stuff, and you can literally just fist it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely fisted.
Fantastic. Missed it. Yeah. Fucking missed it.
You'd love to see it.
See, in our household,
you can-
everyone gets cravings for Chick-fil-A's on Sundays.
Literally.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Alejandro, you can find Chick-fil-A sauce in bottles now, so technically that can apply to
Oh,
the
yeah.
challenge.
Next week, I
Oh.
want everyone to have a bottle of sauce.
No way, I can't.
I will
do
go
it.
grab a Chick-fil-A sauce bottle.
Cathy,
I think I could do packets.
Well,
I
Cathy,
think
I
I
need
could
you to have a
actually
website on
do
next time.
packets of ketchup. Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a
I won't be
requirement for
here
the next
for it.
stream.
I won't be here for it.
Yeah,
I
especially
don't want
guests.
to.
Wow.
I don't want to reveal my face.
That's what they all
When I
say.
start my content creation,
Cathy,
I'll
your
reveal
face
my
is already
face.
here.
That's different. I don't want to reveal my live face. I look a lot better in that picture than I do in real life. Look how cute it is. It's got little ears. I don't have ears like that in real life.
You're telling me you
Oh,
have
been alive.
animal ears? Oh my god.
Kathy,
You
I
don't
thought
have,
you were a
you
furry.
don't have emoji hands
Ah!
extending from your face? Like, what?
Dude,
No way.
Kathy's just like Mike, for real.
No, I'm
What does
not.
that mean?
I'm for really
What
not.
exactly
like
does that mean?
It means that if she comes and
A
plays
furry.
wiffle ball, she'll hit a homer.
Is Mike a furry?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think he actually is, but he says he does as a bit. But he's like, he gets really far with that bit.
Yeah, he crosses.
Wait, he pretends like he's not?
He crosses the line. Well, he always says a joke whenever you like bring it up. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, guys, I'm not actually a furry. Like, it's just.
Are we
it's
talking
a
about
joke."
like
Mike. Yeah,
wiffle
like,
ball Mike?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
but like,
What?
That
So-
dude, he gets mad sometimes. I'm like,
calm down.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
the
I'm
actual
gonna walk away.
explanation about that
He'll
is,
get
like,
super pissed.
He, I think he has something.
Yeah, he's got something,
He's
and
somewhere,
like
I
he
think, on the
takes meds,
spectrum.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
You say it like
he's
that.
really
There's
cool
some-
though. But like, I've known him since like middle school,
In middle
and
school,
like
you would get really angry.
he has like his progress, like in general, like his growth has been so amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Middle school,
yeah,
like,
no.
like way more like introverted and like would get angry a lot
Yeah,
faster.
very
I feel like he
timid, very
stuttered a lot
timid.
more back then and stuff like that.
yeah, he was very nervous, but I think like the friends he has now, like, cause we've all like been friends for so long. I think that's really helped a lot with his
But just
growth. and I
earlier,
think,
Cathy
like,
was claiming we weren't friends. Crazy.
Crazy.
oh,
shame.
we never talked.
You haven't even added me on Steam, like, for shame.
Oh, I closed
Yeah,
it a lot.
I added you and you didn't add me back. Isn't that
I
crazy?
added
You never
you.
even respond to my pen
Oh, you
pal
did?
message.
Dude, what do you mean?
Yeah, I sent
add on
you a
Steam? I don't
Nintendo
even
chat
have.
message.
Yeah, I sent you a request on
No
PayPal
way,
and you
no
never
way.
confirmed the
I
request.
don't even have. Wait, first of all, let's
know,
get
I
back
said
to
a
it. Mom did
pen
not
pal.
send me a friend request on Steam. Secondly,
Got
I did
Who?
accept Jorge's. So, suck
You're not gonna
balls.
go looking through all of Steam to go find my Steam profile?
Why would I do that? Okay, fine, I'll do it.
You're gonna.
Oh, you're getting baited.
She's getting so big.
Baited.
You'll know when you find the right one, don't worry.
Oh yeah, I was like, which one is it? I see.
Mhm.
Did I leak your name? Were you trying to keep that private?
Actually, Kathy, you should check out who's about. Like, I'm actually really impressed with, like, Miles. Like, got his page to look and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna, this is like one of my like complaints about Steam is that the like
No way! I hate you guys.
Cathy, you got all of us in this room. All of us.
Cathy, please tell us
so
what
happy.
happened to you. Please
I'm
tell us.
You're
so
literally the worst. Oh my
Kathy's
god.
You should click all of them too. Click
Kathy,
every single
I'm
little
not.
link in that.
Explain to
I'm
us
not.
what happened to you.
There was a really cool. I mean, it looked alright, but it was a nice little about me, and the welcome had like a link on it. I was like, oh, maybe this is like a link tree thing. Maybe he's got his other socials on it, even though his socials were already linked down below. And I clicked on it, and I got rickrolled.
I think it was like a couple months ago. I DM'd Miles like, "You fucking bastard, you asshole." It's like I got rickrolled on your fucking account.
Literally, I never felt anything worse than that.
He was
right
like,
there.
"I've been waiting for years for this."
Really, no one has ever mentioned it, so like when you said that to me, it's like, fuck yes, I finally got somebody with this shit. I've just never changed my Steam profile since I made it that like 5-6 years ago.
You suck. You know
I saw
that?
you had
appreciate it.
I saw you had videos. I'm like, Miles has videos on Steam, huh? Click.
Dude, I didn't even like hear it. I just clicked on it, and I saw like just that first frame. And I was like, God damn! And I like read the title and X'd out of it so quickly.
No, I do think Rick Astley is pretty nice. The music, he has a decent voice.
He's also like really embraced the meme, and I respect that about him.
You got to sometimes. No, yeah, like
I'm angry.
I feel like artists who embrace memes and jokes, usually, especially not negative ones, generally have like better internet like presences than the other ones that don't. Now you could always go like full circle and be like Elon Musk, where he tries to embrace jokes stuff like that, and he just comes off as weird.
See, Rick Astley's also not a terrible person, so
Yeah, like
there's a little disconnect there.
oh, Elon Musk's a rich asshole who has no connection to like anyone. I'm sure he's like one of those people you could ask like, how much does a banana cost? And he'd be like, $15. Like he
Did they
would
do
not
that
be able
with
to
Bill
tell you.
Gates or something?
They do that to a lot of billionaires for like, how much do groceries cost? And they're like, it's probably like $10 for an orange.
That's so ridiculous. I think. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, did I bought some navel oranges? Fucking massive.
They're good though.
Oh yeah, they're pretty easy to peel because the skin's so thick. It's like just comes off.
Yeah.
How many C's would you rate the thickness?
Oh, for the skin?
Yeah.
Other like oranges, it's like 4 C's.
Oh, fuck.
It's pretty thick
Like
skin.
4
You're
Cs.
getting
God
like
damn.
grapefruit almost.
What are those little tiny ones?
Cuties.
Cuties that you just peel. Oh, those things are amazing.
Yeah, I think cuties are pretty good.
Wait. Yeah.
Nah, I already clipped it. It's too late.
Huh? Oh, it's too late? No.
It's too late. I'm gonna pull that out of context in 3 years.
Oh, man.
But I said I think cuties are pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is so bad about the out of context?
I'm pretty sure, was it, see, this is like my brain immediately going to like the first thing I can remember.
I
What's the
swear.
name of that Netflix show a while back? That had like those
Cuties?
6-year-old girls
Yeah.
and stuff like that?
Oh my gosh.
Alright, I didn't know about that.
It was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
you
It
mean
was
like
like
it came out.
sexualization of like
I guess
like
it was supposed to
actual real young.
I think the
actresses.
concept
Yeah,
behind
it's-
it was like maybe liberating. For like trying to be sexually not even sexually liberating. It's more like using dance moves that are sexually inherently sexual with kids without like realizing the implication of that.
Yeah, so very.
That was awareness.
Yeah, well, giving the creators a shit ton of benefit of the doubt. It was more like showing the bad word of like how things actually are, but they did it in the got off a way of actually like fully displaying. You know, like it'd be like like saying, hey, I'm sorry, I that's a better example. You know, it's like it's like showing how bad CP is by showing CP. It's not a good not a good thing to do.
Actually, I think this brings up an interesting conversation because, like, think about like, I feel like what Rockstar Games and like what South Park does is claim to make satire, right? Like all their stuff is satire, but they do it so well that like the other things around them that aren't satire get lumped into the same group as them, and they eventually just aren't satire anymore, right? Like it's so good at being like a fake, like say like something is like trying to be like fake strawberries, right? And it's on the same shelf as the real strawberries. If it's good enough, like if it's like super good, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference between the fake strawberry and the real strawberry. You're just gonna think, oh, it's a strawberry, and that's kind of what's happened, like with Rockstar games like GTA and with South Park, where I feel like half the time like they're satirizing like topical things, right? But it's hard to understand like where the satire ends and where like the actual quote unquote like creators' opinions exist.
So what exactly within GTA? Like the radio?
Like I don't know what you.
What exactly?
I feel like
think about like the interactions between people on the street, or like the radio stations, right? Or like the media they put in the game, or like what's it called again? I'm thinking of the there's that one radio show that also has like a video. It's like Republican Space Rangers or some shit like that.
Yes, I made
Where
a
they do it so well
yeah.
that I think, I could see this being a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that like GTA's whole message is satire?
Yeah,
and, like,
it's a
making
satire.
fun
Of,
of-
That's what I'm saying.
American
Yeah.
life. I want to say.
I think with GTA, it's easier to see that it is satire because like the game's very vast and they'll have examples of satire that's like maybe not as realistic. So it's easier to see the satire that's more believable for what it is. But yeah, definitely I think with South Park that can be the case.
I think it's comparable to South Park. I think South Park spreads way more like hate satire in its thing. Like GTA is pretty bad, at times, but like I don't think
You've got like the Wheel of Fortune scene, like
That was yeah. That was episode.
Yeah.
yeah. Have you never seen that?
I don't remember. Probably it's been a while since I played GTA.
Actually, did you play through all of GTA 5?
The campaign? Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of like
Yeah, they-
super shocking scenes. I'm like, okay, like that's just like, hey, this guy said a slur to Franklin.
If you look up like Wheel of Fortune, I can't.
Torture
this
scene is
is-
really bad, but I know that's not satire in the same way you guys.
Is the
are
Wheel
talking
of
about.
Fortune scene? Is that a legit scene or is that edited?
No,
The
that's
torture scene is definitely supposed to be satire. I think it's
Oh no
definitely supposed to be like,
We're doing two different conversations right now. Mine's just
Yeah.
the South Park thing is that definitely aired.
Okay,
But,
I was trying to see it for certain if that aired.
So that was okay. The Wheel of Fortune thing is South Park then.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune is South
A
Park.
Wheel of Fortune thing in like GTA. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. Like, what
Oh,
are you guys
yeah,
talking
Wheel
about?
of
That's so
Fortune.
bad.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune South Park.
Oh,
That kind of stuff. Like, how do they get away with that?
I've seen the joke about this. I mean, they kind of like just.
What
Post,
was it?
I'm not saying
I
it or
don't
anything
recall.
like that. I just looked it
Alright,
up.
then I
Let
think
me-
I already have a good
You
idea.
just
of
go.
what happened.
You can do your research with that one individually.
Alright. I think I already have a good
Hey,
guess
Jamie,
of
Jamie.
what happened.
Hey, Jimmy,
Hey, blast this on the stream real quick, please. If you guys look close enough in Alejandro's camera, you'll be able to see.
I was gonna say I saw something moving around. I was like, oh my god, he's gaming.
I mean, you see me watching like the actual like thing on my end. Like I'm not playing a game or anything on the side. I'm just looking at us having a conversation.
I am too. You can see me looking at the camera right now.
Like my hands are like not on my keyboard or anything. Mainly because I don't need an external simulation while I'm trying to talk to people. And, if no one else is talking, I promise you I will be.
That's fine.
No, yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, South Park definitely falls in that line of Poe's Law.
Yeah.
Like where you.
But really, I think of Nisha. Stay. Be careful of those who fight monsters. Yes, they become one.
Like,
Yeah, that's
Rick
it.
and Morty.
That's it.
I know that's it. I read the book, brother.
I know you read the book. You're a Nazi.
What? Misha was very clear in his "I hate Nazis." Actually, he has multiple letters that he writes to his sister where he's basically like, "I can't believe you've done this to our family. How the fuck could you think marrying a Nazi is a good thing?
Yeah, because you want them.
Like, what is wrong with you? You disgrace our family." Huh?
Yeah, look at you, liberal.
What?
Yeah, look at you. Cat's got your tongue, liberal. Too scared to argue.
What did he say?
What did he say?
Brooklyn going into saying that shit's funny as hell.
Nah, what's called no. I don't know. I was talking to someone the other day how I think like a lot of South Park humor is dependent on the idea that you like their dark humor. Like I don't think their jokes are always that good. A lot of the joke is the dark humor aspect. Like if you don't
The shock,
yeah.
Yeah.
And once you get past that, like their jokes, they're not that funny at times.
Yeah, and another issue South Park has run into, I think it might be more of a recent thing, but just because their animation is like really simple, they have a turnaround time of like a week, so it's really easy for them to make sensational or like current event content like COVID, or very recently Prince Harry and Meghan, I think is the first name of his wife. They were they separated from the royal family, and they were going on this, and they kind of had this paradoxical bit of hey, we separated, give us like let's be private, and yet Prince Harry published a book and stuff like that. And so they did an episode on them, but it's very now content. So is this gonna hold up in like a year or maybe even like a month? Is this going to be like an episode where it's like you really need to be there to get the reference, or is it like the content isn't necessarily timeless, and hence it's not as good as some of their other stuff?
Non-timeless humor is somewhat fun. Like I like The Simpsons, and I watched all the ones from the '90s, and they're referencing actors and stuff like that. I did not know. Watching the commentaries is interesting because like they'll talk about the shows they're referencing. I'm like, I've never heard of this. Or like they'll bring up like, yeah, in hindsight that wasn't a good thing to reference because that movie was a flop. So if we make a joke about a flop around that time, no one remembers the movie in 5 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, and you know, if I'm picking adult like American like animation, cartoon animation, it's gonna be The Simpsons. Like I know like.
See, I agree.
There's Rick and Morty, South Park,
American Dad.
American Dad.
American Dad
TJ,
is.
You're mean, TJ.
I feel like Family Guy is pretty subpar to me. Like I've never found myself really enjoying Family Guy.
I can only.
They have a lot of that same like, yeah, like the gags are fine, but a lot of it is that same like South Park humor of this is shocking. And that's what it is.
No.
Yeah, and it's the cutaway stuff thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Family Guy has an issue with cutaway jokes.
And I don't think shock humor is gonna last much longer, or I don't think it'll last. I think the way that we see TV now is kind of changing, and like a lot of people don't even watch TV anymore, right? A lot of people watch Twitch, or they'll watch streaming services, or they'll just go to YouTube.
The same way they used to.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna most people don't just sit down to watch TV. Most people are be sitting down and watch TV.
Again, because it's boring ass passive entertainment.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, most people consume other forms of passive entertainment, which is like YouTube videos and like shorts.
I think it's like the medium itself or it's like the platform itself too. Like in YouTube, you can get YouTube Red or have an ad blocker, and with the television program, you have commercials, or it's not free, like Hulu or something, or Netflix.
However, I will not. The argument of I still think TV programs have a place. You'll never find some YouTubers. Some of these things people do on TV have never been replicated by like you just can't find replications on YouTubers that have the same budget and like I just go behind it and acting.
Yeah, I definitely really like the TV art form is different from YouTube and maybe superior.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's superior. It's just a different art form. Like YouTube is not a replacement for TV. 100%. Like TV shows just.
No, I just think as generations change out more and more, I think TV will become less and less used for what it was originally intended for. Because I mean, look, we have a Roku TV at our house. It literally only does like streaming services, YouTube, Spotify. Like, it doesn't have any regular TV channels.
But streaming
Or, like,
okay,
cable?
now you're changing it. You're referring cable to the TV shows. Because I consider stuff like things that aren't streaming service a TV show. Like, you can find, let's say, Game of Thrones on, like, what, HBO Max? And that's
No, because I think that's disingenuous.
disingenuous.
Because like things like documentaries you find on YouTube all the time, and that's something that would traditionally be relished to like TV shows. Would you not agree?
Yeah, but I'm not sure how that's... It still doesn't take away that much from my argument. My argument isn't that... What's it called?
What is your argument?
My argument isn't that YouTube's just not a replacement for TV. Because YouTube can't do everything TV shows will do. Because like I can also just bring up like...
Yeah, but at that point, I don't think anything is, right? Or anything can be, if you use that kind of definition. Because with that kind of definition,
You'll never find the
nothing
same
can ever
level of-
replace YouTube either. Nothing can ever replace radio.
Yeah, because they're not the same things. They're
With
all
that kind of
different.
definition. Yeah.
Like this is not like...
So really, like, this is a non-argument.
So, like
But there is no second like part to this argument. There is no like counter to this argument. This is like a not necessarily okay. This is like you made this definition up to fit this specific platform, right?
yeah, but like I said, it's because in my head I don't see the other way around. Like, well, you can't find...
You don't see the other way around. What?
I can't see
There can't be another way around.
Like, even if I don't take this definition, like, when I think of TV shows, they're, like, separated from, like, YouTube stuff. Like, you don't see the same things on YouTube that you would on TV. Like, you brought up documentaries, and that might be, like, one of the examples where, like, YouTube can do really well, and, like, video essays. But those benefit more on YouTube than they would on TV.
Okay.
I also think like the way like these different things are made, because like they're just different arts. Like movies and movies are different from TV shows. TV shows are so different from documentaries. Those are also very different from like YouTube and short form videos. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I just think like the whole like process of it and like the, I guess, intention of coming into it is just very different. Like even within its own space.
And I think the big thing is that, you know, YouTubers are content creators that always start on their own. They don't have the budgets of TV shows or the pool. Yeah, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's necessarily true either. I don't think they always start on their own.
No, I mean when they start. I mean even big YouTubers. Like, do you really think someone? I can't think of anyone that big. Like, do you really think someone like Mr. Beast would make a 5-episode like TV show with them acting and stuff like that?
No, but I also don't think he would call it that.
That could
Yeah.
emulate.
Right.
I'm pretty certain Markiplier.
Like he might do like a
actually
5-part
make
video where
was-
he's doing something interesting or
A
whatever.
video.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it also, I don't know, like, I think there are different platforms and so, like, maybe different, like, kind of species of media, I guess, but it's,
Yeah.
I think, I think, with the emergence of YouTube and YouTube being very vast and so, like, Twitch, these individual creator or group creator-driven, creators, I guess. It's not gonna replace TV per se, but it's gonna take some people from that. Like I haven't watched television in probably like a year, just because I'm more drawn to because I wasn't originally trying to say that one's superior. I'm just saying like the audience is definitely gonna shift.
And I'm gonna counter
Yeah,
that by saying
and-
you have been watching television. You watch stuff like Seinfeld, which are TV shows, or like It's Always Sunny, and those are TV shows.
Okay, true, but it's not as much as like when I was a kid and YouTube wasn't as much of a thing.
Yeah,
Like the
I think,
ratio of how much YouTube you watch versus how much TV you watch. But is that like time or quantity? Because like TV shows are typically longer.
you also watch a lot more
You know what I mean?
mindless stuff on YouTube. Like you'll remember a TV
And,
show
like,
way.
What does that mean?
You basically do
Like-
that passive, like just scrolling through a feed. You're not actually processing anything. You're just kind of like scrolling till you see something.
No, I think
I
people do
think-
that with TV too, though.
I also don't know if that's, I don't know, is that YouTube, or would you consider that more just kind of mindless kind of
media.
content? I don't know.
That used to be media consumption in general. Like,
Because I definitely remember YouTube videos I watched, some more than, like I can't tell you, like, the last 3 episodes of Seinfeld I watched, but I can tell you about the fishing video I watched earlier today.
maybe.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's fair.
I feel like you're more likely to.
On the topic of fishing videos,
You know, guys,
On the topic of
we've been
fishing
recording
videos.
about 3 hours now. I think it's time we call the show. You know, I already gave a warning to you guys.
have you seen John's new boat? The
this
little
will
plastic
be,
boat he has?
Episode 1.
I don't think so.
Stop
Like
the
creek fishing
recording in
adventures?
10,
I've not.
9, 8.
Oh wait, let's
7,
actually
This
do
means